Good evening, Summoners, and welcome to the Cybergamer League of Legends coverage brought to you by Team Down TV, your number one source of Cybergamer action. The League of Legends CG tournaments are sponsored by BenQ, M-Wave, and OCZ. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is the grand final. This is the final match between Team Immunity and Umart Storm. This is the big one, guys, and we're already into the picks and bans. My name is Menace. I'll be casting tonight alongside the great Papa Smithy from ESL, a guest tonight. So say hello to people, Papa.
Yeah, hello viewers. It's actually been a long time since I've managed to cover any Australian League of Legends, so I'm just excited to see what these two teams, the top two teams in Australia, has to be said, have to bring to the competitive scene.
Yeah, these guys have faced off before, and unfortunately, Umart didn't come out so well on that one, losing 2-0 to Team Immunity. Team Immunity actually not losing any of the CG matches this season so far, and they're hopefully looking to clean this up as we are into the picks and bans now. Bans almost over, as IM have we got their third and final ban. So over there for Team Immunity, Zach has been banned out, Twisted Fate and Nasus. Over for Umart, they have also banned out Shen, Lysandra and Anivia, Papa. What can you tell me about, well, Lysandra been banned out straight away?
I think it's just kind of a preventative thing. Like, a lot of players would have messed around with her in solo queue. They know what her kit does. Her actual strength, what lane matchups she dominates, what lane matchups she struggles, is kind of open. Like, we haven't been able to watch the OGN or other competitive scenes because she's not enabled in the tournament realm yet. So, just a safe thing. Maybe they looked at Heaven's match history, saw he'd been messing around with her and thought, hey, don't want to deal with that right now.
Yeah, it could be a very well targeted ban towards Heavens, as well as the Anivia ban. Now, we've seen Heavens do pretty well on Anivia in previous CG matches, and his play is pretty good of Anivia down in that mid lane. Interesting to see also, IM did have that first pick, but they banned out Nasus. Now, Nasus is a pretty comfortable pick for Luna to head over in their jungle. Maybe he doesn't want to risk it. They just gone straight for Sona. Sona is the first pick locked in for Immunity. A great support for those guys. And over on Immunity, they've locked in straight away Sejuani. So with the recent changes to her, they feel that her kit must be pretty strong, and they will be picking her up, as well as Varus. And Varus is doing all right lately, Papa.
Yeah, I mean, Varus has kind of been... I was thinking about what champions are synonymous with this scene, and I have to say Varus is synonymous with the EU scene. So much pick banning going on with Varus. I believe the most ever-present champion in their LCS, and he has so much laning strength, and then he transitions into not quite the hyper carry of a Kog'Maw or a Vayne, but just a really strong carry. So a very safe choice against Radia here, who has to be, the person they're most worried about on the immunity side.
Very true. I feel that Varus has a good early laning phase with his rain of arrows, being able to pick up quite a bit of CS and push lanes fairly well. So you get that little bit extra control in the bot lane, especially if you're coming up, say, against a Vayne who is very, very weak early game. So back over at Immunity side now, their second and third picks are Kennen and Hecarim. So it looks like Luna will be picking up a Hecarim. He's also quite comfortable on that champion. Not sure where Kennen could go at the moment. More than likely top lane, I'm assuming. That's an assumption. While we're on LCS though, Papa, a lot of talk about, especially in Europe, Thresh being banned out. I think he's now the topmost banned champion in Europe LCS, and we haven't seen that banned straight away, and nor has it been picked yet. Do you think we'll see a Thresh this game, Papa?
I think he's a really strong pick down bottom lane. I mean, they made that adjustment to move his Q passive to his E, which stopped you from maxing your utility ability, that hook, and also having that amazing laning presence that the Q passive gave. They moved it to the E, so he's not quite as super tuned as I'd put it, like he was before, but he's kind of a fail-safe. You can pick him. He's good in a 1v2 situation, so if they're on the purple side, they decide to go top, he adds a lot of pressure to a top lane situation like that. And he's good in a straight 2v2 lane, much like Blitzcrank is. So his lane presence means he's always a favourable pick.
Very true. You can control that bottom lane. It'd be a good matchup with Varus, but they have gone and locked in Yana, or Jana, however you'd like to say it, for the support.
Let's stick with Jana. The other one
Jana?
made me a little bit uncomfortable.
Okay, Jana. I'll go with Jana.
No Yana action tonight.
Yana. All right, they've also picked up Renekton regardless. So I think I was just talking IM, and I think that they're thinking towards Nasus. They didn't want to go the Nasus-Renekton combo, Nasus in the jungle and then Renekton up in the top lane. That is quite a deadly combination for those two champions to be together. regardless, you might have locked in Rennington over there, and he could possibly, and he well, possibly he will be top lane. Sorry
For
about that,
sure, he's
but
actually one
yeah,
of J.K. Smithy's standby champions. Like, Umart's a team that I followed for a long time as I played competitive with their members previously, like a lifetime ago. And Renekton is one champion that J.K. Smithy can blind pick and just do amazingly whatever situation is in. 1v2, a 1v1 matchup, he always does well. He knows how to build. He knows how to team fight with that champion. So definitely a priority pick for Umart there.
that is for sure. JK Smithy, comfortable pick on Rennington. He's hovering over Rise. Over on Team Immunity, though, they have locked in their two final champions, and that is Zyra and Vayne. Now, Heavens has been famed for a bit of really good Zyra play. I've seen it in the chat in previous streams. How do you feel about Zyra, Papa? Do you think she's very strong in this meta, or at the moment in the current patches?
I mean, her as a mid champion is kind of a Heaven's Curse special. He loves both Lulu and Zyra in the mid lane. And you might think, why is that? You know, Lulu doesn't have the best scaling. Zyra has pretty good scaling, but she's arguably more effective as a support. And it's just kind of a symptom of the way that Immunity play. Like, you look at this Immunity comp here. Their top laner, Kennen, a lot of AoE CC. Their mid laner, Zyra, a lot of AoE CC. Their jungler, Hecarim, a lot of AoE CC, and their support, Sona, a lot of AoE CC. What they're trying to do here is they're trying to have damage threats, but more importantly have control from their four champions to allow Radiant on that hypercarry Vayne to kind of do his own thing unimpeded. Because if you try and dive that comp, you cannot dive a Zyra, Hecarim, Sona, Kennen comp. That is so much CC to get through, even with the Sejuani initiate. Renekton cannot dive through all that CC, and Radia is going to do the cleaning up in the background. So this is definitely an immunity special, a protect the Radia comp.
Yeah, and it's been proven in many high-tier games in NA, Europe, LCS. Protect the Vayne is such a good composition, a really safe sort of way to go. And I totally agree, man. I really do like the AoE abilities of all of Immunity's team. They've really thought out this composition, and they have pretty much picked it up straight away. Over for Team Umart, though, they have finally got their mid lane picked up. Rice Diggity will be playing the Rise. So that's he's got teleport there as well. We are into the delay time now, so should be able to jump in there, Papa, and we can reveal those summoners for the viewers. And you can see that Sejuani will be in the jungle there, and Rise will be on having a teleport mid lane, so that'll be quite interesting. Ghost as well on to Rennington. So as we do head into delay time, I think we're just going to go to a quick ad break, Steve.
Sandman's the ad man for tonight, but some people do have ad blocks, so let's keep talking about these teams and what's going on. Getting all excited here for this best of three starting off in just a few minutes. Menace.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, what I'd like to ask is of Papa, mate, what have you been up to lately? What have you been doing? I've heard you've been doing a bit of overseas work. What can you tell us about that, mate?
I've been doing a lot of Asian coverage with the ESL Asia guys, but right now in a bit of a lull, still negotiating other content. But I mean, the one thing that is interesting to me here, I mean, I'm quite close friends with Zeno Aziz, who, as you can note, is not on this the purple team here. He's not on the Umart side. You'll notice there's been a bit of a role swap here. Uber Giants Bro, previously the mid player for Umart, has now moved to the AD carry position, and Rice Diggity, MYR Rice, East Rice, a long member of the Australian scene, their previous sub is playing mid lane for them. So they're going to have a bit of role change right at the grand final here. Like, it seems a bit of a risky play. I know. I mean, they parted ways with Zeno Aziz, so they had to make some change. What's your opinion on such a big role swap in such an important game?
In the LCS, especially in LA, we've seen NA. Sorry, we've seen that the roster switches have been proven to be quite good. You know, roster changes maybe bring some fresh plays, some more communication between the team. It could be. a team member dropping out is sometimes unavoidable, and it's very unfortunate for Umart to actually have that in the grand final, them having their ADC dropped out and having to sub in Rice Diggity. Hopefully he does pretty well in this one, but who knows, it could be a fresh change for Umart. We could see a completely new Umart here, and they could take down Immunity as we do head into the skin battle. So that should be pretty interesting to see, Papa, and we're going to be joining up pretty soon. And what do you reckon about level 1 power, Papa? Do you think that we're going to see any kind of invades here? Do you think we're going to see some kind of standard defenses? I know with this bit of Rune Prism from Rise could potentially get good stun on someone, maybe a first blood nice and early, and Zyra as well with a bit of a stun.
I think both these teams are actually, of the Australian lineup, the most likely to do something tricky at level 1. They both fancy some of their strategies, and they picked up some stuff from watching VODs from the OGN and some of the Asian side, and also the NA scene. I mean, level 1's kind of died a death, but in the Australian scene, you still do see it. I don't see any obvious advantages at level 1. I mean, both Hecarim and Sejuani both usually start blue buff, both of them fairly dependent on getting an unimpeded early jungle and then transitioning into teamfight monsters once they hit 6. So they could go either speed. Like none of the, there's no Blitzcrank or Alistair out there which scream to me, hey, it might be invade time. But I mean, probably the most interesting thing will be whether we do see a top lane 1v1, a mid lane 1v1, and a bot lane 2v2. Because I know Umart, at least, they do love to send their bot lane mid, to deny a Karthus or a Kassadin kind of hyper carry team. So there's no guarantees that we'll see a standard laning lineup here.
I feel that if they do run that 2v1 mid lane, Zyra could possibly, would be pretty prepared for that sort of switch up. Heavens would do fairly well, I think. He did last time as well.
I mean, Zyra is a champion who has multiple tools to CS with, some AoE damage, some control. She actually is good lane to gank for because she has that E ability to root someone in place. She has a lot of options, and they're both very flexible teams here.
Very true. And I've seen a lot of teams lately in the CG ladder head towards, especially over there on the red side, they'll go up towards the top lane altogether, and they will sit in the top lane brush there in the top river, and then work their way down towards the enemy blue and try and do a bit of an invade. We'll see if Umart pull that one out of the hat. We've got ourselves a pause here. Give us a bit of time to rearrange the panel down the bottom there for our cameraman. So interesting thing to note as well, Hecarim starting off with a total biscuit of rejuvenation as well as an explorer's ward, so dipping a little bit into that third tree. What do you think about that, Papa?
See, something that Odd One I was doing on stream quite a bit. You can go 9-0 or 0-9-21 on Hecarim, and because you pick up that movement speed mastery, the 21st point in the utility tree, you do actually have that flexibility of having a little bit more damage. I mean, at the early game, 3% extra move speed isn't going to lead to maybe more than about 1 or 2 extra damage for Hecarim, but it does scale. And the experience master, if you pick that up, allows you to get through your early kind of, because Hecarim kind of needs levels to get through to navigate the jungle. He needs about level 4 or 5, a couple of levels in his Q ability to really be able to jungle with any speed. And of course, 6 opens up so many ganking opportunities for him. So utility tree on Hecarim, not completely unexpected.
Of course, Ward's not even be able to save you from Hecarim's ganks. He's just so fast, especially with that extra movement speed. It will be good to see some nice ganks coming out from Luna as we do head into the grand final, ladies and gentlemen, for the CGI ladder. This is Team Immunity versus Umart. Team Immunity over there on the blue side, Umart on the red, and pings coming out towards bottom river from Umart. All 5 of them are together. They are going to be heading towards around their blue buff. Maybe a bit of defense. So everyone's got their items now, pretty standard looking for the current meta. Rejuve bead over there on Renekton, Papa. And Zyra actually getting herself a crystalline flask.
It's one of those awkward things that with the health pot cap, there are only 5 health pots at once. You can't go for that 9-pot 2 ward start as a top laner, which is kind of you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to sustain a massive amount of health here, and I don't really care about your harass situation. Whereas now with the cap, you kind of have that option. Top lane, cloth 5s come back in a big way. I mean, you don't have that ward early, but you do have the opportunity to turn cloth into a lot of obviously strong items. Or the rejuve bead pot, 5 health pots ward start, which I think will become more and more prevalent as we go forward.
Yeah, you'll be able to sit in the brush, rejuvenate a little bit of your health with that extra regen.
Build a Warmogs.
Build a Warmogs later on. Warmogs very strong still. in the current meta. Bot lane, though, I think that the Sona and Vayne composition will be a little bit better off against Janna and Varus, just because the little bit of poke that Sona can actually do, and Janna not having any kind of regen for Varus, and he has only picked up a Doran's Blade, so he doesn't have any pots at all. He will have to attack the minions. If Vayne and Sona do gain lane dominance early on, I think it could be trouble for Varus.
I think you're just leaving out a small thing here. Janna and Varus up the top lane here. We are going to see a lane swap coming out here, so it's going to be Kennen 1v2 against this bot lane combo, which I have to say does give Vayne a free laning phase. Now, you do point out that Sona can both heal and harass, and she has a lot of lane presence. Vayne doesn't really have that lane presence outside of a really strong level 1, when you can auto tumble and get an auto attack damage increase. Apart from that, she kind of struggles in lane, like you said. She does actually struggle against a Varus lane. But, in a 2v1 situation, she's going to happily farm freely.
My apologies, I get a bit of tunnel vision looking at everybody taking away their buff. So yeah, lane swap as you did predict for Umart. So good call there, mate. Maddie Intel is going to be 2v1 against Uber Giant and BMA on that Janna. And Varus will do pretty easily at trying to zone out this Kennen in top lane. So what do you think about the matchup though, mid lane, Zyra versus Ryze? I feel that Zyra can do pretty well against Ryze. Ryze not having very much range in all his abilities and his auto attack.
Ryze just wants to get through the laning phase. Ryze is never a champion to dominate in the early game. Against some melee champions, the W ability, the Rune Prison, can lead to some successful ganks. But to die 1v1 to a Ryze, with no jungler involvement, is usually a massive, massive misplay on the opponent's part. In this case, Zyra has AoE abilities that she can use to push the lane, and Ryze has to decide, is he going to use his mana to CS, because he can't last hit at the turret very well without using his mana for that, or to trade. And in general, he's just going to have to take the punishment until he gets that blue buff he so desperately craves.
All right, up in top lane now, Sejuani poking around the back of the tower, hoping to get a gank down on Kennen. Kennen chugging down a few of those health pots, has regen to full health. Sejuani is coming in. We're going to see a tower dive. Nice and else. She misses off the stun, but Maddie has taken a lot of damage. BMA taking that tower. He almost does a first blood to Kennen. To Sejuani, sorry.
And good flash from Sejuani there. The last turret hit would have killed her, and that's a massive advantage for Umart early. And you have to say, Kennen, a very escapable champion there. He did not have a level in his Lightning Rush. If he had Lightning Rush there, he would have got away. So I think not picking that up at level 2, bit of a cocky move from Maddie there, cost him his life.
It's strange that he actually didn't pick that up, being in a 2v1 situation. And there we go, top lane has fallen at 4 minutes. A nice early top lane for Umart, so they're doing pretty well. Radier and Venom, though, trying to get the bottom tower down, as Luna in top lane is taking him 3v1. He does get exhausted. He's trying to pick up the kill onto Uber Giant. Uber Giant is falling very low, and wow, there goes Luna. 2 kills on that Sejuani already.
And you might wonder, why would he go in 1v3 there? On the one hand, is he a crazy man? What he was actually trying to do there was to buy time. He wanted to buy time for Radier and Venom to push down this bottom turret, because the ability to take that top turret so quickly and then force a 2v2 lane there is a huge game advantage for Umart. That gives them premium dragon control at no cost, basically, because the downside of having your bot lane up top in a purple set, if you stay up there too long, the bot lane with the jungler can come in and 3-man take the dragon. If you can swap down quickly, like they have the global gold from taking down the turret, and they're back in the 2v2 lane, that they do win. So, I think he was just trying to buy time. Then he saw that Sejuani was low and got a bit greedy for a kill. So I understand the first move there, but definitely a bit of overextending from Luna.
Very unfortunate. Nice use by Sejuani of just jumping straight into the brush and avoiding getting killed in that 1v3 situation. Zyra, though, burning her flash mid lane earlier on, trying to get a kill down on that Ryze and shut him down early, because he is a bit of a late game beast. That tanky mid lane can be such a pain in the butt. 0-2 though towards Umart. Only 5 minutes in, they're doing quite well. There's a condemn against the wall for Yana. There goes the ignite straight down onto her. I said Janna, sorry, and she's falling very low. I don't think she will fall. Flash from her. Venom was hoping to get the kill, but there is Luna as well, trying to get a kill on Varus. Varus is just chugging down pots, so that lane swap has come out. Ryze, though, looking to pick up some scraps here. He pokes his head out. I don't think it's going to happen.
Ryze, a slow champion, walked all the way from mid just to give some support there. So that's a good mindset from Ryze, their new mid laner. He just wanted to make sure, because obviously if they lose the turret here, if Janna's forced to back, They lose the turret, they lose that little advantage they've created by having the first turret of the game.
All right, Heavens is poking around mid lane right now, looking to try and gank Rise. He is spotted by Waters. We do head into a pause. Looks like maybe someone's having some issues over there on Team Immunity side. So it is back to normal lanes now that the top lane has fallen. Kennen will be against Renekton up in that top lane, and it'll be back to Janna and Varus bot lane against the Vayne and Sona, Papa.
Yeah, back to normal lanes. It's an interesting lane, Kennen versus Renekton, because on the one hand, you look at Kennen and go, wow, he's going to have amazing ranged harass. He has a ranged auto attack. He's just going to sit there and auto attack away, and there's not much Renekton can do about it. But if he ever controls his Fury well, and especially if he pops 6 before Kennen does, massive kill potential on that Renekton.
So let's have a quick look at the items while we got a bit of a lull here. Cage's lucky pick being picked up by Zyro. Where do you think he's going to be taking that one, Papa?
The only obvious choice is probably a Morellonomicon to have that 20% CDR really early into the game. A lot of players favor picking up, either the early Athene's Unholy Grail or the Morellonomicon, because the moment they get that blue buff, 40% CDR is just an amazing feeling on an AP carry.
Especially on Zyro, spam out all of her little turrets and the stuns every now and then, trying to shut down Rice Diggity. Sejuani going around the back. She won't be spotted by wards. She is going to be trying to get a gank onto Heavens. Flash from Rise, straight onto her, gets the Rune Prism down. She's taking a lot of damage, and she falls straight away. Not very much damage going to Rice Diggity.
New look Umart. Maybe you caught this, Menace. You were talking about kind of that same effect TSM had when they picked up Wild Turtle. They suddenly looked amazing. Now, Umart dropped arguably their strongest player, one of the most well-known players in the Australian scene, and Zeno Aziz. They're looking great for the run-out, you have to say.
I do agree. It's just a fresh new face in the team. J.K. Smithy, though, up in top lane. He has popped his ultimate. Renekton is huge, trying to chase down Maddie. Maddie gets Ignite down on him. He's falling very low, and he will eventually die to Renekton.
Down bottom, we do see some more trading going. Here's Rice teleports in.
Yeah, that's right. Cleanse used from Vayne. Both of her summoners pop. She has flashed towards the turret, though Venom falling very low. Rain of arrows does slow her down, and she will fall. Sejuani there, just trying to secure a kill onto Sona.
Yeah, and in this 8 minutes, 5-0, looking like the first dragon of the game coming out. I mean, Hecarim's in no position to contest here. What a start from Umart.
They're looking really strong. I really am enjoying the plays that they are doing. This dragon is going to put them that little bit further ahead. They already are 3k ahead. There we go, 13.1k to 9.6k gold lead in favour of Umart. 0 kills on Team Immunity. But I have seen Immunity in this situation before. They are cool, calm and collected. Papa, they can turn this thing around. They are very good at that sort of thing.
And their team comp sets in at the late game. Yeah, once Vayne picks up those items, the other champions in the team, they'll get naturally tankier. They'll have their ultimates. They're a team fight comp. They're not a skirmish comp. That's the important thing to remember here. And as you point out, a lot of Australian teams struggle to beat Immunity even with a big early lead because they just don't know how to finish out a game. As Little Ujan gets caught in the jungle here, falls to Zyra heads up.
Yeah, she did use Ignite there. Caught her out in the wall. She was just trying to be. I'm not sure if Little Uber Giant was paying too much attention there. He was backing over in the safety of his own jungle. But Zyra walking over there and using Ignite and picking up the first kill for Team Immunity. Could this
good to be
on
the board?
Yeah, it is. It's good. Welcome Immunity to the game. But as you said, this is they are very much looking at a late game team. Late game team composition. Once those AoE team compositions come into the team fights, you're going to see some dead Umart flying around the map. I think that the current lead that Umart do have, they need to press it. They need to put the pressure on all the way around the map, Papa. It's to keep this lead, I think.
Yeah, it's just an interesting situation where they wouldn't have calculated to be 5-1 down at this point. Immunity go into every game expecting to win. A lot of the fans here expected a quick 2-0. It's nice to see Umart fight back even with a new roster here. They look rejigged, and this Sejuani causing a lot of pain around the map.
Yeah, she did get a little bit of a change in the recent patch, proving to be pretty good pickup for Little Uber Giant. He's playing her quite well, having 2 kills fairly early on. She now has the boots of mobility to be able to get around the map, and the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Hecarim also picking up a Spirit Stone there. He's only got his first tier boots, so he's not so quick, even though he does have his passive and his abilities to speed him up there. But Kennen, he's got himself a Seeker's Arm Guard to hopefully survive a little bit of Renekton. And you see Renekton's going full tanky, Papa.
Yeah, I'm just looking down bottom lane here. You notice no wards available for Umart. They're just battling to get one in because, as you know, you can see Luna's already crept into the first brush. If he gets to the second, there could be any sorts of shenanigans coming out here.
There is a ward in that second brush for Umart. There's the ultimate straight down onto Sona. Sona uses the crescendo over the top, picks up two of them. BMA using a very nice ulti to CC the guys out of there. Flash forced out for Sejuani. Zyra is here. There's a Zyra ulti drag straight down a little Uber Giant. Sorry, Uber Giant's bro does fall. Varus is down. There's Hecarim at the back trying to chase out this Sejuani. Will he be able to pick up a kill? No, they're just going to take the tower safely, but Ryze is bumping down that mid tower.
Yeah, we were just commending Ryze for his excellent run before. It was heavens this time. He was in the right place, the right position. I mean, you might thought they were safe there. Little Uber was out of vision there. They were expecting a 3v2 at best, a 3v3 at worst, but a 3v4, not their day.
Very true, as Varus and Janna did fall. So getting a little bit closer now, the kills for Team Immunity up in top lane though. Renekton just abusing this Cannon. Cannon's not doing so well. There's the ultimate pop from Renekton. Immunity, Matty just falling very low now. The Ignite has been ticked down onto him. He's going to fall quite easily. Sejuani poking a head around. Oh wait, he has just escaped. Zyra is in the area. Will she go down? No, she's going to go 1v1 onto Ryze though. Ryze doing a lot of damage and takes her out.
Yeah, wow, what a quick pickup there and kind of a bonus kill there. It should have been Maddie falling. One spell, one auto attack would have been enough, but in the transition, Heaven's trying to help, gets caught.
You caught out a little bit out of position there. Nice pick up from Rice Diggity to go around there and clean her up. They're going to get a tower for this. Sona is there. She's not going to be able to defend it very well. Vayne is again his bot lane. Hecarim has gone back, so no one really to defend this mid lane, this first tier mid turret. And that's going to be, you know, a crucial bit of map control for Team Umart. They're going to have that little bit more control.
Yeah, and I guess, you know, team fights rolling around soon. We have a look at the CS values here. Nothing too substantial anyway. No really big advantage here. Maybe a 10 CS advantage for Renekton over Cannon, which is a bit expected, given that every time we see a skirmish, Maddie's doing his best to get away as fast as possible.
And Renekton just dash in, stun, do a bit of damage and dash straight back out again. So easy to trade with Renekton, especially against Cannon. And everybody trying to do the pinch here onto Sona. Heavens is doing a ton of damage straight onto Ryze. Ignite ticking away on him. Will he fall? He's only got a slither of health left. A little Uber Giant though is in the middle of him. He's a little lantern swinging around. Uber Giant's bro there comes around the back. Rain arrows onto Venom. He's at the back there. Crescendo did hit a few of the members, but it's not going to help. Varus pick up the kill onto Zyra. Zona get Sona actually killing the Sejuani there. Nice ultimate from Janna though, saving her life as well as probably some of the other team members. Ryze is now out of position. All four members that are remaining of Team Immunity are going to chase him down and pick up the kill onto him. Wow, Maddie falling very low, only just surviving that one.
And kind of a preview of the team fights to come, but not really completely indicative given the early kill picked up there. Radier looked like he was going to gallantly run in and clean up, but smart play from BMS stops it from being just a horrible exchange for Umart.
It was actually a very nice ulti from Janna. She did pretty well to save a few of her team members, but unfortunately Ryze was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Blue buff is up for the red side, and Luna looking to steal that one. There is a pink ward there though. I don't think that anyone else will be able to take that one away. Now everybody sees for Umart that they are trying to take this away. Luna caught a little bit out of position. He does get the blue buff. Will he pay for it with his life? Sejuani slowing him so much. And then there he does pop the ghost. So yeah, is it a ghost? Yeah, he did pop the ghost and just run away from that one fairly easily.
But you look, no wards at all on Dragon. They should pick up an uncontested second Dragon here. And the global gold from Dragon's worth a blue buff trade.
Definitely agree with that one. Nice work from Umart to seize opportunity. I guess Dragon did spawn at the right time. They were probably actually heading there from their base after that last team fight straight to get the Dragon and happen to catch themselves a nice little Hecarim.
Yeah, with the short timers, even if Immunity had that timed out well, there was never going to be a situation where after a small skirmish win, you could pick up blue buff then get an uncontested Dragon. They took too much time and too much damage taking the blue, and they paid for it with the Dragon pickup, the second of the match for Umart.
That's right, but both blue buffs over there for Team Immunity. Heaven's picking up that one. He'll be able to CS a little bit better. He's still, though, fairly even against Ryze. Ryze doing pretty well, I think, against Zyra, having that short-range ability. He's actually doing very, very well, showing his skills. He has picked up quite defensive items, though. He's got himself a Negatron Cloak as well as a Catalyst. and a Tear of the Goddess, so he'll be building himself up a Rod of Ages very soon. Sona, though, caught way out of position. Rise gets a Rune Prison onto him. Will we see any kind of reaction from Umart on this one? Maddie is in the middle there. He flashes the ulti straight down onto JK Smithy. There goes Rise, falls as well. Remington is just going to fly away from that one. And very nice work from Kennen to get a nice stun on those guys.
Yeah, it looked like reckless abandon from Sona, but it was definitely a bait there, and they pick up a nice kill from it.
That's right, yeah. And also red buff, so getting a little bit further and further to catching up on Umart. The global gold 24k to 21 in favour of Team Umart Storm. They are still ahead, but as we said, the ultimates from Team Immunity are going to be showing us that team fights for them are going to be swinging towards their favour, Papa.
Yeah, I think this Varus pick, Varus is ahead in CS right here. He has the completed Bloodthirster compared to the Blade the Ruin King. Oh, as we see, damage coming onto Rady here. Will he survive?
There we go. It does condemn him out of the tower range, and Rady is going to have to run away from that one. Varus did actually pop his ulti there. Heaven's being caught a little bit out. There's ultimate from Sejuani catching her out of position. She's falling very low. She's just not going to survive that one.
Yeah, they could choose who they gave the double buffs to, then it settled on JK Smithy, who looks even stronger and more imposing on this Renekton.
Sejuani actually catching out Sona as well. Will he pick up the kill? Jana is coming down though in the bottom lane. Hecarim and Vayne going straight down onto Varus, and Vayne picks up the kill on him. So nice work there, as well as a second tier tower dive from Sejuani and Jana. They know that bot lane was Hecarim and Vayne there, so they could safely tower dive through and pick up the kill on a Sona. And they're looking at taking this second tier turret down.
And it's interesting to see Rice kind of moving away from the Rise norm and actually rushing the Banshee's Veil here. Now, it's definitely a pickup that we can expect from Rise players. Obviously it still gives the mana, which he does, which is best scaling stat. Still has okay AB scaling, but it's just an indication of just how much AoE CC and CC in general there is, that if he gets picked off, as a short-range champion at the front, trying to get a Q in, trying to W someone, if he gets picked off with 1 CC, he's going to eat about 5. So it's probably a smart choice to go with definitely the more defensive choice on Rise here.
And he's doing very well. He is 2-2, but his CS is fairly even with Zyra. And as we said, it'll be very tough for him to keep up. And he's done very well at that, as well as his entire, map presence. He wandered down bot lane earlier on and did pretty good job of a gank down there. So I think he's fitting in quite nicely with the current Umart setup.
For sure. And I guess we just have to wait for the next dragon, because if Immunity has it timed this time, we could see probably the first big team fight of the game come out here. Because right now, people farming, some lanes being pushed. I guess the one danger is Varus can't really be in a lane with Vayne alone. Like, it's just not a good idea. With that cleanse available, not enough disengage on Varus to deal with the 1v1 threat of Vayne. Vayne will crush Varus.
And has to be able to chase him down with her passive, getting that extra movement speed. Up in top lane though, Hecarim and Kennen looking to take down this top tier turret. Renekton is there, he's got double buffs. He does stun Hecarim under tower. They just both keep going down on there. Are they going to try and pick up a kill? No, but down in bot lane, 2v1 Vayne. Raider is falling so low. Oh wow.
Lovely snipe coming out.
That's nice.
There. That's good use of the Q. How many points does he have in Q out of interest? He is maxing at second. He's got 3 points in it. So definitely not. I don't think the level 1 Q would have done quite enough damage there.
Yeah, nice snipe and escape through the bottom river brush. But as a result, Team Immunity looking to take the second tier top turret. Rise, Renekton and Jana are there to try and defend this one. Sejuani is not far behind, but in the bot lane, Varus actually picking up the tier 1 turret. And Immunity going to walk away from this one pretty much with a dead Vayne and a loss of a bottom turret.
Yeah, it's just one of those cases where the previous duel, Vayne had a pocket Hecarim. That duel, Varus had a pocket Sejuani. Both of them CC tanks, very comparable, and trade kills coming out.
Everyone for Team Immunity just going to back on this one. Vayne head towards bot lane to try and clear that CS. And let's take a quick look at the wards here. Lots of wards for Team Immunity around the middle of the river and the middle of the map. 3 site wards I see. That's some nice vision control that they do have. Not very much though for Team Umart. Mostly aimed around this top half of the map in their own jungle. So
what does that tell you though, Menace? There's definitely a different mindset when I think the wards betray how Immunity feel about this game and how Umart feel about this game, even though Umart are ahead in gold.
Yeah, I guess Team Immunity pretty confident in their team fight strategy. As we said, they have a really good composition for team fights. Lots of AoE stuns from Kennen. You've got the knock up from Zyra's ultimate as well, as Dragon is up now. So we're going to see a nice team fight coming out here. There is a ward displaying Luna. Luna might be caught a little bit out of position here, possibly, as Little Uber Giant does get stunned from Zyra. Who's going to be the initiator here?
It's interesting. You have to think Immunity feel like that if they can get all their ults down, Radio's going to do it large. He has the Blade of the Ruin King completed, which means that no one has any chance of dueling with him. So if there's enough CC in the front, Vayne will clean up, but they give away the Dragon here.
They do, but it looks like they're setting up for a team fight. Their Little Uber Giant does get caught out. Here come all the ultimates, all in one. Sejuani falling very low. She has actually flashed over the wall to escape that one, and down goes Kennen to Renekton. Renekton does fall. Will Radiant be able to clean up though? There's Rice Diggity in the middle. He is falling so low. Gets condemned against the wall. He's not going to die. Wow, that last hit does clean her up. Really nice play from Radiant there, and everybody just trying to chase him down. Varus is going to escape.
And the key part of that fight, Radia leaves it with full health. He took basically maybe one damaging spell there. And you look down this lineup, who is going to get onto the Vayne before the team fight starts? I mean, Ryze, if he tries to use his, if he just tries to show up and use his W, he's just going to get that cleanse and die, or die in the AoE. And it's just so hard for them to coordinate a fight where they can get onto this Vayne and have her be one of the first two casualties here. And that's what they need to win a team fight.
Protect the Vayne. That's the aim of this game for Team Immunity. She didn't even use a cleanse in that team fight. That's how well the positioning from Radiant
was. To have
was.
flash cleanse up compared to no flash, no cleanse, yep, that's a massive win for Immunity.
And like I said, man, they can turn this around. Even though they are still behind, that team fight could be a glimpse of where this game will be heading. Umart did have that really good early game, and the lead is still ticking over. But as you can see from the wards and the way that they're currently playing, Umart don't feel confident right now. They feel like they have to defend, and Team Immunity feeling like they'd have more control.
And that's kind of what I meant by the wards. Like, if you look down, if I wasn't playing the game as a Umart player, like as, let's say, BMer, at the time we were commenting about wards, you're up in kills, you're up in dragons, you have to feel confident. You should reflect that in the wards you have down, because if you feel like you're winning, the way to snowball a slight advantage into a win is to ward the enemy buff, start to control them, and then get that Baron control down. Instead, they just had wards almost expecting a backdoor behind their inner turret in mid lane, which is a bit comical. So they just weren't feeling that confidence, but they could get a pick here.
They could Rune Prison onto Venom. Venom falls very quickly in the super squishy Sona there, getting caught out.
Sejuani ult misses completely, which is a bit awkward.
A little bit awkward, and it could be devastating for the next team fight, though. I am looking pretty strong right now. There they go, straight down on a nice ultimate from Heaven. Is going to pick up, everyone pretty much from Team Umart. J.K. Smithing falling so low. Sejuani being killed by Vayne. Vayne picking up a double kill. This could be devastating for Team Umart. Uber Giant is caught in a stun over the wall, but not going to be followed up by Team Immunity.
If you use the Sejuani ult and miss it, you need to pull out of the fight. They were still posturing aggressively, which is a huge calculation error, because so much of Sejuani's teamfight power is that ultimate. It allows her to get in there to the melee range and start using her other abilities. If she doesn't have the ult to close the gap, she's fairly useless.
Yeah, that's it. They needed, as soon as Sejuani wasted, well, I'm not sure why she used it on Sona, possibly thinking that there could be more members of Team Immunity around the corner, but unfortunately missing absolutely everybody. You might needed to get the heck out of there. That's a lot of CC that they are missing.
Is that a Hecarim joke I heard there? Get the heck out of the heck. No?
Oh,
yes?
no, you picked that one up. Damn, we're usually straight on those puns, man. That's horrible.
Puns of damage, as Freak would say.
I'm glad you picked that one up, though, for everyone in the stream can laugh at the puns. All right, so, yeah, Sejuani did have an Oracle, so they were in there clearing out wards, trying to gain more map control. And looks like Venom is going to keep putting down the site wards to keep Baron fairly clear. It is currently in control of Team Immunity with the site ward in the pit. Sejuani is around. Does she still have her oracles? No, she died. Sorry. So she missed out on that oracles. So that was a pretty devastating fight for her. Janna though has picked up on oracles.
See Radio rotating down bot. He feels confident enough to go in CS comfortably at the 25-minute mark with no wards even in the area. This shows that they don't expect to pick off here, and maybe Ryze and Varus can make him play. But this is fairly aggressive posturing here from Radio.
That's right, there's Varus and Rise coming down. Will they be able to Rune Prism flash? Rune Prism straight onto Radier. There's ultimate from Varus as well. He's going to fall straight away.
No
so
cleanse.
shutdown. No cleanse. Being down, but in the mid lane though, Crescendo comes across onto Janna and Sejuani. JK Smithy being caught out a little bit as well. He's going to have to head around the back, and no one's going to really follow that one up. In bot lane, Umart are pushing down that bottom turret. Where are Immunity going to go, Papa?
That's the question here. They tried to pick up a counter engage, but just couldn't get anyone to bite on it. Now we see Varus. He's going to get a lot of damage on the turret here, but once again has the same problem of they do have vision on most of the members in mid. Mid is trying to go to make up because they do have a 4v3 situation here, but should be a free turret for Varus.
Very true. They're going to try and pick up Varus. No one. I think he's going to be fairly safely from there. There is an Oracle's Elixir on Janna. She's going to clear out Baron Pit, and maybe they're going to start this one. And I think
they get a free turret down bottom and snowball that into Baron Supremacy. A massive, massive advantage at the 26-minute mark.
Yeah, Heaven's actually being caught out now. Forced to Zhonya's from the Rune Prison. Then Sejuani in and does get the knock up, and Heavens does fall. So I think we're going to see a Baron attempt here from Team Umart Storm.
Unbelievably, this is probably the first time I've seen a stream team really punish Radier for kind of the Wei Zhao Season 2 situation of, you know, I could group or I could farm this very appetizing bot lane. And he's been punished twice in different ways there. If they can snowball this into a Baron, massive, massive advantage here.
It looks like they may be trying to bait it out, though. They did know that the ward was there. More wards being put around the brush towards Baron. Little Uber Giant caught out there. There's ultimate straight down onto Hecarim, though. Kennen has actually gone straight in there with his ulti. He's Zhonya'd, though. He's not going to actually do any damage to anybody. Vayne picking up a kill onto Sejuani, doing pretty well. Varus at the back, though. He was just at the back doing tons of damage. Varus is now being chased down from Radier. Radier is way out of position. Rune Prison from... Rise there, going to get the kill for Varus. Sona falling, picking up the kill onto Renekton. A nice fight for Team Umart.
Yeah, super awkward positioning there for Uber Giants, bro. You know, he was trying to get as much damage as he could over the cove. The advantage there being that the melee champions, the brunt of Immunity's team, they couldn't attack him, but he couldn't really get big damage. And luckily he does have that E ability. He was able to chunk a little bit. But the telling thing there is who is jumping in and trying to zone or kill Varus. It's the AD carrier. It's Radier who's the one who's trying to be the aggressive posture there when he should be behind his teammates being peeled for. It should be his team that's getting on top. So it worked out in terms of positioning, but just kind of an awkward fight all around.
Quite unfortunate for Heavens, though, to be caught out of position, which initiated that fight at the start there. If she was alive, it would have been a completely different story, I think. Dragon is up. There is an Oracle's Elixir on Janna. She will be clearing out the pit for possibly the third dragon for Team Umart. They've done pretty well, actually, controlling these dragons, timing the fights and everything around dragon.
So the one interesting factor here is that the top lane is pushing quite... It's probably going to equalize, but it is pushing in Immunity's strength, so they'll take that. You have to think they have the dragon advantage here. They've had every dragon. They've definitely got it timed. They have the pink ward down. They're going to try and pick on Zyra again? No, just a little cute poke there from Rice.
Just a little bit of, hey, I see you there. Get out of my dragon pit. Now the ward's telling a different story completely, Papa. A lot of them around the mid lane from Team Umart. Not very much in favour of Team Immunity. Only the one towards that dragon and one towards top river.
Credit to them. They realise that they are a real shot in this game. They're still ahead in gold, 5k gold leaders. So right now, you need to get those aggressive wards down and reap the rewards.
That's right. Janna having that Oracle's Elixir, giving her a little bit more control. Ping's out for Team Immunity, though. There is a pink ward in around Baron Pit, so you might do know what's going on. As Janna is going to get caught out there. Will she fall? No. Just Zyra going to poke her out, trying to stay away. And there's the first dragon for Team Immunity, uncontested virtually from Team Umart, but top lane Rise is pushing away.
They had options there. I mean, Rise does have teleport. They could have gone for a teleport gank. They probably felt that they weren't four-man in formation, if you will. They felt, you know, maybe the Rise would teleport to his death. So they said, never mind. We've got the dragons. We've had the control of this game. One dragon's not a big deal.
That's right. The gold lead, only 4k in favour of Umart. At this stage of the game is actually not very much at all. One team fight could swing that in the opposite direction. We're half hour into the CGI Grand Final between Team Immunity over there on the blue side and Team Umart Storm over on red side.
And a much more even game than anyone could have expected.
And I love it, man. It's not going to be a 20-minute ruffle stomp from Team Immunity. Umart are playing very well with their sub. Rise Diggity doing a really good job at mid lane Rise.
So we take a look at the items here, because we kind of left them. We see that definitely control items coming out from Ken here. There's no death cap. He's not going to try and blow anyone up, but between being able to Lightning Rush in with Reckless Abandon, because he has that Zhonya's Hourglass, so he can just ult and Zhonya's and hope he gets the CC in. He's following that up with the Rylai's just to have an AoE slow to go on with the stun, so you can see the protect the radianess of that build. Then on Hecarim here, he's got the Runic Bulwark, a very important pickup, as they've got a deceptive amount of magic damage on this side with Renekton's ult. At max rank, it does 1500 magic damage if you stay right in melee range of Renekton the whole fight. Sejuani, of course, completely magic damage, and Rise, his magic damage only scales further as Little Uber Giant takes a nice little poke from the plants there.
And Zyra also saying, I see you around my river, get out of here. And it's just a standoff right now. Who's going to be caught out first? Who's going to engage? Will we see Immunity try and man up and get in there with all their ultimates being available, all summoners available for both teams, all ultimates? We're going to see a big team fight very soon, man. And we're probably around this Baron pit as Hecarim has got himself an Oracle's Elixir, trying to clear out, trying to gain vision on the Baron pit. That is as bot lane, though, pushing pretty big wave. There is no second tier turret. It's going to be straight down onto the inhibitor turrets. Little Uber Giant, though, going very aggressive, trying to pick up maybe a stun onto Kennen to initiate the next team fight. There's a wave of minions heading towards that second tier mid turret, Papa.
I really like this Abyssal Scepter pickup from Rise here. It's not one you see commonly. Normally it's the Rod of Ages into, say, the Glacial Sound tank items, although Luna is smelling around for an engage here.
That he is. Will he get picked off himself? The rest of his team are there to start off. There's a flash from Little Uber Giant. The Glacial Prison does pick up a stun onto Hecarim as well as Kennen, though. Kennen picking up a kill on Sejuani. He has chucked out his arrows. He's in the middle of the team fight. There's Vayne in the right position, though. She's over the wall just doing tons of damage. There's a pickup kill onto Rise as well as Renekton. Now it's up to the team just to clean up the rest of the strap. The Twin Ghosts going to slow both Varus and Janna. Janna's going to sacrifice herself, but I don't think it's going to matter because Maddie is in the area. Uber Giant's bro is going to fall, and that's going to be pretty much an ace for nothing.
Yeah, and that for once their team held strong. Their members, their tanky CC frontline actually survived long enough for Heavens to be relevant. Sorry, for Radio to be relevant there. And in fact, he didn't pick up the kills, but some nice kill snipe from Maddie. They should turn this into a Baron, and this gold lead for the first time is going to suddenly swing.
It will, as Kennen, his top lane, takes a bit of a hit from the turret. He's going to look at pushing down this second tier top turret. Sejuani is in the area. She picked herself up some... she has. She's got herself home guard on her boots, but maybe looking to try and steal away Baron. Baron going towards Team Immunity, Papa.
Yeah, and I guess the one interesting thing here is they have this Sejuani pick. In the early game, it gave them so much pressure. In team fights, Little Uber Giant hasn't been getting those 5-man ults, and that's a combination of great positioning from Immunity. They've been split around. There hasn't been 5 people standing on top of Vayne, bam, best Sejuani ult ever. They have been smart enough to be swept up, and also he's been a little bit quick on the trigger. That was a flash ult there, basically getting one member of Immunity and a load of creeps, which is for such an important cooldown for a game-changing ultimate. They're not getting the most out of the Sejuani ultimate here.
Yes, right. She's just making a few bad, really helping out in those team fights. Hopefully she can turn that around. I know Little Uber Giant is a very competent jungler as well as confident. And I think hopefully maybe the next team fight could spell something different. But once again, that last team fight, man, the positioning from all of Team Immunity. Vayne was over the wall just doing so much damage. She's got herself the Last Whisper, Phantom Dance, and a Blade of the Ruined King. And she was untouchable pretty much. And they're looking at sieging this second tier mid turret.
Yeah, they are. They don't actually have the best siege team here because Vayne and Kennen are not the most long-range champions. So, and of course, Sejuani at any point very long-range initiate with their ultimate. So they have to be clever here. They sort of poke someone down hard enough that they can take a free turret.
I think that's what they're getting at, showing that they're pretty confident in a team fight. Even though most summoners are down, ultimates are up for all Team Immunity. There's a second tier turret falling that you might just going to have to sack that one away. Are they going to keep pushing this even further? Baron buff is ticking down. They want to make the best out of this, Papa. We'll see what happens.
It'll be interesting to see it. They're probably going to take the safe turret here. Much safer to take the the bottom lane turret for Umart here. Just rotate around. Much harder to defend than those inhibitor turrets, which are just, you have to line up, and that's when Sejuani can lick her chops if people are auto-attacking the inner turret.
Very true. And there goes that second tier bottom turret. Team Immunity showing their dominance right now. The gold lead is now in their favour, as well as the kills. 54 to 52k gold in favour of Team Immunity. 19 kills to 17. And Vayne in the back there. She does get ulti from Little Uber Giant. He dashes in. She has to flash out of that one. Nice crescendo there, picking up two members of Immunity. Sejuani does fall, and this is going to be an inhibitor turret.
Yeah, for sure. And importantly here, Vayne has both cleanse and QSS available.
And wow, so much damage onto JK Smithy. Sona actually picking that one up. Scumbag Sona's taking the kill away. And shutdown onto Kennen though. Varus doing a good job. He does have Guardian Angel and has been popped, but he's not going to get away from this one alive. Or will he? Wow, nice work from Rice Diggy to stun up that Hecarim.
At this point, they should just take this inhibitor and get out, because they're being a little bit too aggressive with the fountain diving.
As they do. And you know, portraying their confidence in the team, and they're going to head back. So nice work from Team Immunity on that one. An unfortunate engage from Little Uber Giant, getting a little bit, I guess, frustrated with the sieging of that bottom turret and just engaging on Radia.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. I mean, Sejuani has been praised in a lot of areas. People say her rework's a lot stronger. Her ult is less forgiving than it used to be. It used to be a case of it would reach its maximum distance and explode in an area, and those champs would be stunned. They wouldn't be stunned for the 2-second duration, but just for a second. Now it's just that slow. So you have to be a bit more calculated with its use, and it doesn't feel like Luluba has really gotten those clinical ults yet. Maybe next fight.
Very good point. Possibly pre-patch, he would have got the kill on her. She was slowed and able to flash away, reposition herself, while the rest of Team Immunity just cleaned up and took her out so quickly. She basically popped, and it's not a very good story for Umart right now. They are not looking so well. Team Immunity playing to their strengths, playing that late game, as we did say earlier on.
It's one of those things where right now I'm afraid for Umart as we see the pause come in here, because let's assume that they wait for this flash cooldown to be back up on Radia. I don't see how they're going to close the distance on him when he has flash and 2 cleanses available with that Quicksilver Sash pickup, and he's only going to get more damage. So if he remains slippery, this linear engage, like the Sejuani ult, we already know that's going to at most blow a cleanse. Then Ryze has to get in melee range, which is very dangerous. Renekton has to get in like a super melee range, and that won't happen. So Radia running wild, it's an old story, but there's a reason why people still talk about it.
That's right. Radia is playing quite well tonight. Bit caught out a little bit bot lane, but his positioning other than that has been pretty solid. Picking himself up 6 to 3 kills. He's almost full build. He's got himself Quicksilver Sash as well. He's just looking to try and negate all that CC in there. The CS, though, you know, at this stage of the game is fairly even still, doing a pretty good job all round. Most people are looking at over on Team Immunity anyway, looking at finishing their final items to finish up their kit as we just come out of this pause and into the 40-minute mark of the game. It's been a pretty close game. The start of the game was very much in favour of Team Umart, but IM have turned it around, and it's been really pleasure to watch them play. So let's talk a little bit more about the builds. We didn't actually mention the Twin Shadows on Zyra. That's an interesting pickup, I think, Papa.
It was a case of she was getting, we noticed her getting picked off a couple of times and wanting some magic resist, and obviously 40 magic resist, the same as a Negatron cloak coming out from that item, which is nice. But it's even more pick off. On a team where AoE CC is the flavor of the day, a bit of a pick off, Twin Shadows as well, icing on the cake.
That's right. Luna kind of provoking Sejuani
Varus
there.
ultimate misses there. This could be bad.
This could be very bad for Team Umart. They're going to have to back out of that one. Twin Shadows popped, going to chase everybody down. Doesn't quite land on anyone. So yeah, Luna doing a good job of baiting out the Varus ult. He was trying to get Sejuani to use the ultimate there on him and have the rest of his team come and clean up. But that's a bit more CC that is down for Team Umart as they do late Caesar's Tell. Wow, a really nice ulti though from Little Uber Giant. Does pick up the kill on the Vayne, but the rest of Team Immunity are probably going to clean this one up. Varus, Zyra picking up the kill on the Sejuani. Will we see? There we go. There's a nice stun straight out from Zyra, stopping that engage from Umart. Umart could have come out on top of that one.
Yeah, far too aggressive positioning from Radia there. The one time when he's in range of stuns is when he's auto-attacking the inhibitor turret like we discussed before. got caught there. Even with Cleanse and QSS, neither of them used. That's how fast he got burst down. So a couple more team fights like that, please, if you're a Umart fan.
That's right. And just as I compliment Radier on his positioning, he does get caught out. That would be just typical. But yeah, nice play from Umart to seize the opportunity of that one Sejuani ultimate actually landing very nicely. As I said, hopefully he was able to turn around, and he did, taking down their main damage dealer and forcing Team Immunity out of their base, running with their tail between their legs.
So the one interesting cooldown here is probably the Guardian Angel cooldown on Varus. It's about 2 minutes away from being available. Maybe a little bit less, maybe just over a minute. So they'll want that cooldown down before the next fight. He's got both summoners available, which is important. Radius Flash almost available. Everyone else, they've got some summoner cooldowns, but I think the AD carries really the key damage dealers for both teams here.
And interesting builds from both sides, actually. BF Sword on to Vayne, sorry. So she's probably looking at picking up the upgrade for a Quicksilver Sash, I think.
No, I would expect an Infinity Edge here. You don't usually see the quick Mercurial Scimitar coming out for AD carries because it doesn't really give bonus stats when you complete the recipe, and this special active of 50% move speed for a second doesn't work on ranged champions, so it makes more sense just leave it as a 6th item upgrade.
All right, as we say that though, Kennen trying to play the old, hey, check me out over here, as everybody is down in Baron Pit for Team Immunity. There's Heavens in the middle of them, drops his Sonya's, nice ultimate from Sona there, as well. Vayne taking down Sejuani. There's lots of damage from her. The Baron has actually fallen, so they are Baron buffed up. Flash coming out from Janna. She's taking so much damage. Twin Shadow's going to slow both of them down, and I believe this could be it for Team Umart. Ryze is way out of position as well. He's going to take so much damage. Zyra forced to use his Zonya's from Ryze. Wow, nice turnaround there. He almost picked up a kill.
Free hitting Raider, and you're right. I mean, Kennen just did his best to draw aggro while they picked up the Baron. He managed to kill it quick enough, not too unexpected with the Blade of the Ruin King Silverbolt's Vayne, and they might turn it into the win here. They do have 2 inhibitors down, so they have the option to finish with 20 seconds on the nearest member of Umart to respawn.
Very true. That inhibitor respawning for Team Umart, though, as one of the Nexus turrets has fallen. The second one will go down as well. Ubergiant trying to do as much damage as he can, trying to stay alive here. He does have GA. I think he will fall very quickly. Gets condemned straight into their Nexus, but this is going to be it. Team Immunity take away the first game, possibly. Wow, nice stun from little Ubergiant. He's going to fall so quickly. Good game.
Yeah, good game. Well played to Immunity there. Credit to Umart, though, because at the 30-minute mark, we still had our hands up in the air about who would win this game. So a really nice performance there. Ahead in gold till that Baron went down. But Immunity to protect the Radiant comp was going to probably come in there sooner or later. It turned out to be later, but it led them to victory.
All right, I'll hand it back over to Steve. We're going to take a quick break, try and get back into the next game. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This is the best of 3, so make sure you do stick around for this one. Team Immunity versus Umart in the grand final of the CGI League. And Steve, we're going to be heading for a break.
Yeah, we will. And I just want to say, a lot of the viewers watching there, as soon as Umart came out, they did have a bit of a strong presence early on. But Immunity are one of those teams which they just don't let the CS go. They just build and build that gold. And we've seen games where they've started off 5, 6, 7 deaths behind, yet gold has been equal, even with no kills. And they're just so strong, and they just come back so hard. I think with the TT Esports LAN we were at a few weeks ago against Poachers, Poachers got off to a really strong start and it was neck to neck. Then after the 30-minute mark, it was like a few minutes later, Immunity just absolutely destroyed them. So early game, they really do get a lot of gold, a lot of CS, and then once they build up, you've got to ignore the first half because they're just so strong. Even I, for a moment there, was thinking, oh, could Umart actually come back and win this? But Immunity, far too strong.
Very true. Well played by both teams. Umart showing a bit of refreshment with that swap. So we will head into a break, and please stick around, guys. We've got more prizes to give away. We've got RP. We've got ourselves a monitor, so please stick around, and we'll go into Game 2 very soon.
And we are back momentarily here, ladies and gentlemen. And my name is Cyanide. And with me is the big Sandy man himself, Sandman, bringing those dreams
Hello.
to you, Summoners.
Awesome. So we are one game down here, and from the looks of the chat, Cyanide, there may be one or two people watching this cast right now who are a little bit keen for some prizes. So, as we did say, we're going to give away $10 worth of RP for every 50 viewers that we have at the moment. I can see 134. I haven't seen it go over 150. I know some people thought. I personally have not seen it happen, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm keen to see us. I'm sure by the end of the next match, we'll be over that 150 mark, and we will be able to give away some more. So what I'm going to do right now is use the random generator on this app of ours that we've been using for this competition. For those of you who haven't been following along at home, our Facebook page, facebook.com/teamdowntv, we've had a comp running for the last half of this week. We're giving away some rune points tonight, and that BenQ monitor as well, so which that monitor will be drawn at the end of the cast. So after this best of 3 has finished, we are obviously through just the one game now. After this best of 3 is finished, we will be drawing that one. Now, to win, you do have to be watching. So I'm just going to hit this this add a winner here. I'm going to click it once, and we're going to see who's going to win our first $10 worth of RP. It's spinning. It's spinning.
I just want to let everyone know this is legit. We got nothing hiding here. It's just because Sandman's doing the draws tonight, I'm not displaying it. But we will put the winners up there, and we'll take a screenshot so you guys can see it all. And it is done through random.org, through our little app we do have. So
yeah, there's nothing dodged to it. I'll even display the winners later once they've claimed it. We can display it on the app. So if I have a look now, we have a look at our entry and winner. It's come up as Condescend Gaming.
Oh,
now,
Condescend Gaming.
They've actually got a... Yeah.
Yay!
We know who that is. He's got a...
We certainly do. We do know him.
Page and whatnot. So, Condescend Gaming, to claim $10 worth of RP, you need to shoot us through a message to our Facebook page at facebook.com/teamdowntv. Shoot us through a message on there, and we will send you out that RP code just as soon as you get in contact with us. Now, he's got 48 hours to do that, and if he doesn't come through and claim them, we will redraw that one.
We'll spend them.
Pocketing RP and getting me lots of skins.
Buy a Heimerdinger skin.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So we're at 148 now, Cyanide.
So
we're 2 off.
What
We're 2
we'll
off
do
the third one for 2.
is we'll get them all, but this match has just started. So if we've got Menace back and Mr. Puppy back, should we go into this and maybe we'll draw another one quickly before we get into that game if we've got time?
There will be a chance. There will be a chance sometime to draw at least one more. We're at 154, so we've got $20 worth, 2 more chances tonight for RP plus that monitor giveaway. So I'm sure we can squeeze one in somewhere between the start and the end of this next game.
Do you know what I like doing?
Third one as well, and the monitor.
I'll tell you what I like doing. I love going down the beach and you get a chip and you throw a chip in and you get all these seagulls. Do you like watching that? I love it. I love teasing them. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to count to 5 and I'm just going to dump in that chat there, Sandman, a code. Code for $10 of riot points. All right?
Ooh.
This is what I'm going to do.
Actually, I'm low right now.
And
what if I steal first? No,
let's watch
okay,
these seagulls, jump in there and go for it.
Okay. Keen to see. They won't know what to hit them because they'll see it first before they hear it.
There we go. Watch those seagulls go. I'm pretty sure that code works. My brother read them out to me. I typed them down. If they fail, I apologise. So that's a bit of a teaser for you guys. Get that one in. Get it in. Make sure it works. That's just a quick giveaway there. So enjoy that one. And we got to go over to Menace and Papa Smithy here for this champion select. So let's switch over to that. But we'll be back real soon, won't we, Sam Man?
We will. I love giving away RP. Makes me feel special.
So over to you
All
again.
right, thank you
guys.
very much for that. Yeah, thanks for that, Cyanide and Sam, and hope you guys are really enjoying the giveaways that we are giving to you, the viewers over for Team Down TV. And welcome back to myself and Papa Smithy. We are back going to be casting the game 2 of 3, possibly, between Team Immunity and Umart. Umart now is over on the blue side, and over on the purple/red side is Team Immunity. And wow, what a last game, Papa.
Yeah, and it was crazy. It was just wonderful to see as a fan because I think a lot of the people in the chat, myself especially, feel a bit jaded when finals time comes around. It's like, oh, it's going to be the immunity train pocketing some more money. But wonderful performance from it. You hope that that's just the start of what they can perform with this new lineup. So we got the picks coming in here, and I see a certain robot on the immunity side.
Blitzcrank being picked up for Team Immunity as their first pick, but as a result, though, Sona actually for the first pick of the entire game picked up by Team Umart. Now, let's have I'll run through the bans very quickly for you guys. Over on Umart, they actually banned out Lysandra, Nivea, and Shen. And over for Team Immunity, Zach, Twisted Fate, and NASA. So pretty much similar bans for both sides, although this time... Actually, sorry, it's exactly the same bands as last time. My apologies, just different order. So yeah, same bands. No real changes there. No one banning out Vayne or anything for those guys. So we do have some more champions locked in. They've got themselves Radier picking up the Varus this time. So role reversals for those champions, Papa.
Yeah, and we usually see Radio on those hyper carries, but I think there's a reason they've done this here. They feel like, because Uber Giantsborough are new to the AD carry role, especially in competitive, why not take him away from his comfort champion, which seems to be Varus. If you looked at his match history, it's definitely a champion who's favored. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Misfortune pick coming up here for Uber Giantsborough.
I agree 100% on that one, mate, especially with Jarvan combo. Jarvan Misfortune is really good combination.
Orianna too, for a bit more control.
Yeah, crescendo over the top of all that. You got yourself an AoE mess that you don't want to get stuck into. And as you said, BMA hovering over Misfortune right now. JK Smithy actually hovering over Kha'Zix. Be a nice addition to that team, I think, Papa.
Yeah, it'll probably be a top Kha'Zix because you can't see Orianna going anywhere other than mid lane. Sometimes support if you feel like trolling a solo queue game, but we've got a Cerner here already, so definitely going to be Orianna in the mid lane.
Speaking of trolls, Trundle is picked up, the new Trundle. He looks so sexy with that new skin. I like to chuck that in there. He's going to be probably jungle, I would say. Luna, having played a bit of him recently in the mate state versus state tournament. I was watching a bit of that. He was playing a fair bit of Trundle in there. And there's the last pick for Team Immunity, getting themselves a Renekton. So that will be a nice addition to the team. Trundle, Renekton will be top lane. Blitzcrank, man. I love seeing some Blitzcrank plays.
I'm going to be completely honest. I did challenge Venom to bring out an exciting support because he did feel like he'd been pigeonholed into the Sona Soraka kind of supporty, very heal-oriented support. So Blitzcrank was a name I threw out there, and he's answered my call. So thank you very much for that, Venom.
Yeah, if they lose, though, they would blame you for this one.
I don't know. I take back what I said. I don't know nothing about nothing.
But, man, I love Blitzcrank plays. You can steal buffs over walls. You can put people so far out of position, but you got to be careful who you grab. You could grab yourself a Jarvan who has got himself an Orianna ball there, and it could be the demise of your entire team. But a little bit more AoE as well for Team Immunity. They've got themselves the Zyra again. Heavens did a really good job of her mid lane. Some really nicely timed ultimates. Blitzcrank also with his AoE silence. Got Trundle with a bit of slows and Varus's ulti as well. I really like Team Immunity's lineup. Once again, they've gone for a certain composition and they pretty much picked it up. And I think they executed that fairly well last time, Papa.
Yeah, they don't have the hyper carry this time, which is the interesting difference here. They are going to need multiple damage dealers because although Varus, take nothing away from me, does do very, very respectable team fight damage, it's the late game. If this goes to that... And late game is a weird thing to talk about. Like we usually talk about late game champions. Like Sinch is pretty good late game. He's very tanky. He's unkillable. He can run around and flip people. Late game, when everyone has 6 items, he's not as strong because a Banshee's Veil ruins his running up to you and Eing, and he'll die to the Last Whisper, the full armor and magic penetration people have. Late game is when Varus kind of falls off. So They definitely need other damage threats here. Do they have them? It's kind of hard to say. I mean, Trundle's one where we're not really sure where his rework will move the builds to. Like, the one offensive I've ever seen on Trundle has been that Blade the Ruin King pickup, just because he has the 80% attack speed steroid in his W, so he can just go in and wail away with you on current health damage. But definitely not the immunity we see every game.
Very true. In terms, though, of squishiness, I think that over there on Team Umart, they have quite a squishy lineup. Jarvan could possibly be the demise of those guys with his Cataclysm. If he catches up the wrong people, could spell the end for them. Misfortune picking up herself a barrier as well as Varus. So no cleansers on either of those ADCs. I guess they sort of feel there's no really hard stuns there to cleanse out of, barrier being the safer pick.
So, I mean, Trundle's probably the champion most people will be new to here. I mean, everyone's seen Trundle. They have some idea of what he does. The big change with his rework is that his Q has that micro stun, which, it's 0.1 seconds. It's not going to root anyone in place, but it just means that he gets that extra auto attack out more often than not. I mean, his pillar is his core ability. It's all about ruining positioning, and it could work a treat on this Misfortune here. But his ultimate's gotten that big buff. At the max rank, it does 48% of your max health, which is, it's crazy. Like, it does 24% up front and then ticks for that again. It's a huge heal. It almost functions as a nuke if it's combined with Ignite. It's not going to be a top lane Trundle, so you don't have to think about that, but very, very interesting champion right now, and he can clear the jungle much quicker than he used to. So I'm always interested to see how the troll goes in the jungle.
So you do enjoy the new Trundle more than the old one? Have you played him at all, Papa?
He's more reliable, yeah. I have played him a couple of times. He's more reliable. He does his role without having that situation. It used to be before, if you didn't get those ganks off with your pillar early, which is understandable, it's more for the interrupt, not that 25% slow it has, you kind of felt like you were like 2 levels behind the support because you're so fiercely melee focused. You have to buy Madred's Razor because you're all about single target auto attacks when you're in the jungle. You don't have any AoE clear like most champions do. So you kind of need to get ahead in the previous to be able to be a relevant threat. Now he jungles that bit faster, still picks up that Razor, cancels his auto attack all the time to give himself more chance to get procs, and he just gets behind far less.
Good stuff. The new Trundle will be interesting to see how Luna goes on him. I've not yet seen much Trundle play from him previous to the last patch. He's mostly been a Nasus, Hecarim sort of guy. But I do know it is in his pool of champions to play, and I guess the recent patch has brought it out in him. Right, so we do head into the skin battle. Blitzcrank there. Have they fixed that skin? Is he still difficult to see?
No, they played with it a little bit. It's a bit clearer, but it's one of those situations where if it's not the LCS where Blitzcrank and Steel Legion Lux are banned, why not pick it up if it has even the slightest of advantage? If anything, it'll throw your opponents off and give them something to whinge about.
The meta game, I guess you could call that, as well as Arcade Sona, one of my favorite skins all around, has the best sounds and everything. Oh man, I love that skin just so much. All right, so let's talk a little bit about more level 1 power. I guess you're probably going to see sort of similar play to last time. No one's got really big plays except for Blitzcrank. He could, could you see? Do you reckon Immunity are going to go invade with their Blitzcrank?
I think Immunity, whatever they do, will leave question marks for Umart here. If they put down the early wards, there's so much pick-off potential from that Blitzcrank. There's so much fear that the Blitzcrank puts in your hearts that I know, for example, when some of the Asian teams, the Chinese teams, pick Blitzcrank, they'll do, say, their own rates and then walk to the enemy blue because they know that with the late invade, they're not worried. They've got Blitzcrank. So maybe not going to be the solo queue special of face-checking that brush near blue at 1 minute into the game, but so much pressure put out.
And as always, start off with a nice pause to begin the match. And this time, though, for Trundle, he has not got himself the rejuvenation, total biscuit of rejuvenation, nor the Explorer's Wood. So he hasn't dipped into that support tree.
I'm guessing defense all the way.
Tanky all the way. And Team Immunity have quite a tanky front line. I think Renekton and Trundle up in that front line could be quite devastating for the kind of action that Umart are aiming for.
There's a lot going on here. I mean, the top lane is kind of what I'm worried about here. I mean, when it comes to Kha'Zix, you usually want Kha'Zix to go against a pretty passive laner because Kha'Zix, he's a champion that, I mean, we all know what he does late game. We've all seen Alexich in the EU LCS hopping around for those pentakills, but he kind of has those core items, especially as a top laner, he doesn't have that obvious access to blue buff. And with Orianna in the match, no chance. Orianna will take the blue. He needs to build up that mana pool. But if you think about it, when he gets to say, let's say 10 minutes into this game, he comes back, he's got at most, say, boots, a Tia, and a longsword. That's 10 plus 10 AD from all his expenditure. You need to spend 700 gold on something that gives no dueling, no combat stats. And Renekton, by his token, will have a defensive item, maybe a Giant's Belt, maybe some Doran's Blades. He will never be able to duel Renekton early. That's the big worry here. So I would expect some jungle help coming out from Lil Uber Giant, but both these the mid and top champions kind of have some prerequisites to being relevant in a team fight. They both, for example, will need level 11 on JK Smithy. Orianna will need blue and some cooldown reduction. Early game, Immunity have the complete run of the game here.
Very true. And as you said, Renekton going to be going straight for tanky. And you did mention last game cloth armor and 5 pots being quite popular once again with that nerf. Well, I guess that restriction to the health pot, the amount of health pots you can pick up. So here's going straight for cloth armor and 5 pots. There is a ward up there, which I believe maybe the Zyra put down possibly. No, so it would have been Blitzcrank with chuck a ward down there. And it's a pink ward straight down the brush. And Jarvan starting on his Wraith, going to be chased away from that one.
We see the Umart here. They're just giving JK Smithy some experience so that he can... Oh, wow, he got solo experience for this top lane. He's almost level 2. I believe he's 2 million, even 1 away from level 2.
That should give him a nice boost in the lane. And Jarvan's going to take down his blue buff. Is he going to go smiteless? I think he may. Yeah, he's going to go smiteless straight to his red and possibly try and look for a nice early game. Jarvan's early game presence is so strong.
Let's watch 2 up top here, though, Menace, because Smithy has the level advantage here. He may try to trade. Oh, wow, it takes a huge chunk of damage from Maddie. Thinks better of what he just did.
He's chugging down those health pots, thinking, oh, that was probably a bad idea. So BMA is going to have a bit of trouble, though, bot lane, trying to keep the wards up on the Blitzcrank. He still has a sight ward, so he can deny a bit of sight there. Presence from Blitzcrank is just so strong. He's sitting in that bot lane. There goes a nice grab straight onto BMA. Forces the flash out. She does get knocked up, though. There's an ignite down on her. She is falling very low. He chucks down a health bot and will survive that one with very low health, though.
Subtle thing there, though, Menace. Level 2, picking up the Make It Rain on Misfortune. That ability, a lot of AD carries don't level it at all until you're required to. Having it there kept BMA alive, because if he hadn't have used that ability, Radiant would have gotten in range of an auto E that would have killed with the ignite damage. So smart adaptation from Uber Giants, bro.
Although top lane not looking so well. JK Smithy going 1v1 versus Maddie. Maddie has got ignite ticking down on him. First blood 2. JK Smithy, well played. Calculated, yeah. Bot lane though, in comes Trundle trying to return the favour onto those guys. Little Uber Giant is in the middle of them. There's a nice grab from Blitzcrank pulling him way out of position. Radiant picks up a kill for those guys as well. BMA could be in trouble here as well. 2 kills for Varus. Will they get a third? Will the pillar? Yeah, there we go. Nice pillar from Luna. This is going to be a triple kill onto Radiant. No, Blitzcrank steals it away.
And that was just a case of taking 1 turret hit there. You noticed there that Jarvan took 1 turret hit there. He got pulled, died a lot sooner than he should have. So much room for Umart to retreat back to the turret. 3 deaths is the price they pay.
And possibly a tower. We will see Luna taking a bit of punishment. Oh my
Calculated.
god.
He was down at 9 health or so. There's some serious calculations working for and against immunity this game.
Yeah, that was crazy. First blood to Kha'Zix. Bot lane almost triple kill for Varus. Venom taking that one away. Maybe help him out, get a few more wards, a bit more control. Rice Diggity not doing too well though against Heavens.
Same
Heavens
situation though. A champion that just can't push against this Zyra pick. So very strong push is Zyra's strong suit. Orianna gets there, especially with blue and some levels in his abilities, but very mana constrained early.
That is true. Although he was on Rise last game, he didn't do too badly. So I guess
no, exactly. And credit to Rice Diggity. He's played very well in this unfamiliar role of mid lane for him.
That's right. I guess that's the thinking behind that would be that he could probably handle against her again. Radiant taking a bit of poke though from Make It Rain, slowing him down.
He has double buffs though, so the moment they see a robot in the lane, they are petrified.
And look at Venom already showing his presence. I guess this suggestion of a pick was a nice one there from you, Papa.
It's one of those. It's a very interesting matchup, Blitz versus Sona. When I started out casting, I had a very linear view of that matchup. I was like, Sona's got hilariously low base health. One hook, bam, she's dead. The lane's over. But the reality is, if you can survive on Sona, the amount of poke she has means that if she can get to like level 5 or 6 unimpeded, she's quite happy in that lane. But dying early can be a death sentence.
Mid lane, though, Trundle looking for a gank. Flash actually used by Rice Diggy to escape that one. But in the top lane as well, Maddie not doing so well trading against this Kha'Zix, who now has a tier. He's going to be leveling up that up as and trying to get as much mana as he can, poking down this Renekton.
And this whole top lane is facilitated from Smithy getting exclusive experience from a side camp before he got to lane, and not the same choice for Renekton. If Renekton had entered lane with the same amount of experience as Smithy, he would have won that level 2 trade. But popping level 2 is such a massive thing for top laners. Not that same as one patch ago when the red pot would have just exacerbated that level 2, but still a massive, massive thing.
Maddie could be in a bit of trouble here, only having 2 cloth armors. Yeah, he's going to possibly be on that one. He's just unsure at the moment. But Kha'Zix still having himself a health potion there. Could probably take a bit of poke from Renekton. This could be trouble for Maddie right now. He's just
going for the opportunistic hook over the trees.
Oh, yeah, he is in position to try and get that one away. But Trundle is poking around top lane. Going to get spotted from the ward that JK Smithy did put down. There's the pillar. Jumps away over that one, so no gank top lane for him. Jarvan is going to be heading towards his golems. Is he going to go? Yeah, he's just going to go through his golems and then possibly try and gank bot lane.
My advice for Smithy here, he's won the early game. It's a massive win for him because he has no business winning a lane against a Renekton. Renekton is a lane bully to the extreme. So he just has to try not to go too hard, because if he gives a trade kill here, he might be completely denied off the CS wave. As it is, he's going to happily farm. He's going to reach level 11, which is when he gets that evolution in the jump and becomes a team fight menace. He should just be happy with where he's at, as we see a very sneaky, trolly pickup here from Luna, who goes away.
Yeah, he will get away from that one quite easily. Heaven's coming up just to make sure he does survive. So yeah, very sneaky Trundle.
He trundled them.
He trundled them. All right, so bot lane now. Venom showing his presence. There is pink ward in that bottom brush. And there's nothing really Sona and Misfortune can do but let this Varus farm away and get zoned out just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, look at the CS. It's not quite panic stations, but it's pretty close. 8 minutes of 16 CS advantage. Just growing for Varus, and that's what's happened here. Sona has died early game, so now they're just eternally afraid of the over-leveled Blitzcrank.
That's right, and 2 kills on the Varus, 2-0. He's got himself a Vamp Scepter, got that little bit of regen. He can trade fairly easily and regenerate straight away. Mid lane, though, a trade back and forth. Trundle is in the area. There's a flash from Heavens. Heavens chucks the ultimate down. Wow, Oriana's ball actually missing that one. Heavens reading it very well. She's taken a lot of damage. Luna's
very risky turret. Will he die? He will die here.
Wow,
Luna,
nice work.
Last game on the Hecarim, this game on the Trundle. Forcing too much too early.
Rice DD chucking the ball straight onto Little Uber Giant. They're looking to try and answer that again with a Heavens falling as well. But bot lane, exhaust onto Radier. Radier picks up the kill onto Misfortune. He actually flashed out a tower range on that one, so nice work. Venom looking to try and... there we go. Just
the uppercut.
Takes it. The uppercut takes it away.
Although more fighting on the top lane there as JK Smithy picks up Heavens.
Heavens actually did fall. Renekton, though, in the middle of 3 members of Team Umart. This could be very bad for him.
Kiting.
Kiting them away, Ignite, and he does fall. So that's trades all around the map for both teams. Looking fairly even 4-5, Papa.
My issue here, though, is that this bot lane is almost a complete write-off for Umart. You know, to lose 2 exchanges early game, this is when you're playing as a jungler in solo queue and you're like, you guys died straight up twice. There's no saving this lane. They either need to hope that they push down the turret here and freeze the lane, you know, close to their inner turret to pick up some CS, or otherwise this CS advantage is going to snowball crazily, barring the camp of all camps from Jarvan down bottom.
That is very true. I think the decision from Team Immunity to try and keep that bottom lane alive and just farm kills, I guess, with Blitzcrank and...
They don't want to push the turret, I can tell you that much. They want to deny CS here. And look at Umart. What can they do?
There's not much they can do. Wow, so much damage from Blitzcrank onto Sona. She's going to have to walk away from that one. Venom is just going to zone her out.
They can't even get experience, Menace.
They are, yeah, they're not looking very
There's
well.
panic
at all,
stations, and then there's this bot lane situation right now.
It's just escalated so badly. Trundle and Blitzcrank, though, going to be 2v1 this Dragon. First Dragon for the game going to be going on to Team Immunity, and I don't think that you might have any idea, Papa.
Yeah, usually this would be a super big risk because you'd be like, well, 2 members from Immunity have gone there. Why can't the bot lane just come in? Immunity's been tanking the Dragon. Easy team fight pickup for Umart, but they're so far behind. They're lucky to get CS in the lane.
There it is, first Dragon of the game for Team Immunity. Rice Diggity had some kind of idea what was going on. He was actually heading that way. Nice work from Heavens to poke him out of there, though. Jarvan is in the area. I think they've sort of realised now that, yep, there's water over the wall. But Blitzcrank actually being knocked up from Little Uber Giant.
There's no follow-up. There can't be any follow-up, and that's the issue here.
Yeah, but bot lane so far behind, they really can't afford a team fight at this stage. Even with if they do pick up a kill on Blitzcrank, Varus is so strong. He's got himself a BF sword now, well on his way to getting a bloodthirster nice and early, Papa.
I don't know how they'll react to this. This is one of those situations where there's no real correct thing to do. As most junglers here would just abandon bot and say, okay, I can't be the difference here. Like, they would probably lose, barring an amazing bullet time going uninterrupted, they would lose a 3v2. So they're going to have to make the most of it, and hopefully Luba can help the other lanes, because the other lanes are doing very well.
If Misfortune wants to pull off a bullet time uninterrupted, Jarvan would be the man to help make that happen with his Cataclysm.
With the flash available, like Blitz can just flash ult, and that's the bullet time stopped.
Very true. If he plays well. Crescendo, though, straight on to Blitzcrank. There goes the bullet time, but flashes away from that one.
This is very bad for you, Mark.
That spells very bad. Big trouble for them. And 3 members from Umart actually being mid, trying to get a bit of turret damage down, trying to get themselves some more map control cover.
I guess I'm going to choose to attribute that, as we see, a little bit with the Wombo combo on Heavens, takes him down. Lovely play there. I'm going to attribute that bot lane situation. Rice might die to the plant. Just survives. I'm going to attribute bot lane to maybe just the fact that it's a new pairing, because even though it looked like you can pick up that juicy support kill, if you're going to use everything on the support, Raider's going to kill both of you.
Especially in the situation he's in right now, he's looking at quite a huge chunk of attack damage, 171 attack damage on him. He has now picked up that Bloodthirster, so it is big trouble if you do focus down Blitzcrank. They really can't
look at the gold; it's disgusting.
Disgusting! Wow.
Think about how much gold that is at 13 minutes. Lovely hook coming out there just to harass. Will he be able to 1v1? I think he. Uber Giants, bro.
Yeah, coming in there just saves him away. The ultimate, wow, leaving Sona with just under 100 health. Very close, very aggressive plays from Venom. Nice work there.
And look at this. They're just gonna. It looks like he's gonna transition mid until the lane pushes a bit down bottom, and they might pick up. I guess it's gonna be an uninterrupted mid turret here.
Look at Blitzcrank though. He's around right deep in the jungle, trying to get himself a hook. He's gonna maybe go over the wraiths. The ping's coming out from Team Immunity on Misfortune. She is way out of position right now. She knows that she is basically dead. Twin Shadows picked up onto Zyra. Will it get the slow onto her? Yes, it will. The vision as well. So she's not going to be able to run into that brush. The vision has actually fallen. Rain of arrows coming down onto her, slowing her a little bit. There is a ward, though, in that brush. She's just going to get whittled away. Barrier thrown out there. Kind of wasted. And there we go. Unstoppable Radier is bad. But in the mid lane, wow. Trundle actually falling, trying to defend his mid turret.
And Uber Giant playing smart play here. Like, he can't rescue bot lane. Nothing he can do will change. That bot lane is completely ruined. But he can push these turrets and try and draw the aggro away from bot lane.
Wow, dodges from Heavens have been so strong. Wow, nice hook over the wall though.
Pulled him out of the ult damage though.
Yeah, and he flashes away, and that actually probably saved him, though. Heavens has flash. He says, no, I'm actually going to kill you. He's in the middle, taking a ton of damage. Ignite tick down on him. Flash from Radier. Crescendo picking up both those guys getting stunned, but I think Radier could get sniped with the arrow.
Cool down on E here.
Will he get it? There he goes. Across the top, and wow, really nice snipe from Radier.
With some swagger there. Lovely snipe. Level 3 again is the Q. That seems to be the key level when you just pull off a crazy snipe, and double buffs for Radier.
Double buff raid here, not doing too well for Umart. They're going to take down this middle turret. Misfortune and Sona are there, but top lane has been fairly quiet. JK Smithy, and there's a bullet time from Misfortune, putting her in a nice position to be grabbed.
Oh, the fail flash because of the pillar. Oh, Trundle.
Trundling.
He's back, Menace.
He's back. And another kill for Varus, and picked up that middle turret. Umart, unfortunately, not looking too good right now. JK Smithy, can he turn it around? He's doing pretty well against this Renekton top lane, and Maddie's not trading very well at all.
You've noticed, though, look at what's happened. Little Uber Giant is giving up on bot. And if you look at Domo, new name Luna, he's given up on top. Maddie has to fight for himself, even though he's way behind here. He's still Renekton. He doesn't need items to be relevant in a team fight. Just needs to get a bit tanky, show up, pop his ult, and then let Radia carry him.
That's right, and the only one that would really do heaps of damage to him would be Kha'Zix. Warden's Mail actually turned into a Random's Omen onto Renekton. He's giving that bit more tankiness, and Misfortune will not be able to focus him at all. If JK Smithy is not in the team fight, it could be very bad. And Heavens, there's Twin Shadows pop from Heavens. He wants to get a kill onto JK Smithy. He's waiting for him to jump away. Stuns does go down on him. JK Smithy jumps on top of him, throws down the Ignite. Heavens could be in a bit of trouble here. He's taking so much damage, and it's just going to be jukes.
Should be a kill, yeah.
Should be a kill. Heavens playing pretty confident, but oh my god, wow, the ultimate from Heavens, or just missing JK Smithy as he jumps away, and the passive missing also.
Yeah, smooth moves from Smithy. He's their he's their Batman, I guess, in this case. He's their Superman. He's what they've got. He can jump and fly around and get resets, but they need Misfortune to sit down bot, farm everything she can, at least have that Bloodthirster Last Whisper up, because luckily for them, Misfortune, she's not about getting that Holy Trinity, that Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, Phantom Dancer for maximizing damage. Usually teams pick her for a bullet time damage. She only needs the Bloodthirster Last Whisper to really be in a good spot here.
Blitzcrank, bit of a counter though for the bullet time, as we did see before. She was standing in the one spot, standing in still around.
Also trundled her pretty hard.
Yeah, he did trundle her very well. But Blitzcrank,
the split push, Sona.
Wow, too strong, getting the top lane. That getting the even turret kills for her. Nice job for Sona. Will she be in time? No, she will not. Heavens is quite easily going to take this one away.
With the I'll just stop move here because I'm in trouble. That's accepting your fate as support, folks. And disconnects, that's awkward.
Very awkward.
I mean,
maybe
she
that's
probably
why
would have died, let's be honest, but still, super awkward. What I thought was just a meta game was in fact an unfortunate disconnect.
Yeah, and they're saying it in chat. Orcs, very awkward indeed for Sona. But yeah, she was dead either way. It doesn't matter if she did disconnect. Okay, so we do have a pause, Sandman. Are you going to give away some stuff?
I am here. So
the opportunistic giveaway.
Yeah, opportunistic giveaway. So this is number 2. So this is coming up to 100 viewers. So we've already given away for over 50 viewers. This is for over 100 viewers, and this is $10 worth of RP. And we are looking for Brad Jose, you never know, Jose, I believe his name is Thrasher on Twitch. So Brad, if you're watching us, we got $10 worth of RP for you. So send us a message at facebook.com/teamdowntv, and we'll shoot that RP out to you as soon as you get in contact with us. And it looks like Sona's just reconnected.
Cyanide's here too.
Very true. We'll be coming out of the pause. All right, so the pause has finished. We are resuming the game, so make sure you guys are participating for those RP giveaways, and later on the BenQ monitor giveaway. And JK Smithy jumps over the wall straight onto Heavens. Heavens taking so much damage, he knows he's going to die, and he does.
A lot of people accepting their fate both inadvertently and purposefully this game.
Yeah, JK Smithy, though, looking very strong on this Kha'Zix. Got himself a Brutalizer and Last Whisper. 4-0 kills, 145 CS. Close to the most in the game, which is actually on this Orianna. She's doing quite well. And they've actually swapped the lanes a little bit here. Renekton has gone mid to try and farm up against Orianna. And Heavens has head towards top lane against the Kha'Zix, which isn't proving too well for them.
Yeah, and importantly, I mean, Misfortune, she's 49 CS behind, so that's significant. But she's still CSing enough to have a Bloodthirster. She's on her way last, but the hook.
Wow, that was a really nice hook from Venom. Taking down Sona. Another kill from that
The
Varus.
legendary
8-0.
at 18 minutes.
8-0 Varus. There's no stopping him right now. Blitzcrank doing so well, catching people out of position. He's just such a threat right now. Look at Radius, so confident to try and take down this Horace Diggity. He's going in pretty much solo.
I take complete, and utter this is all me,
Responsibility?
this game, yeah. All the responsibility.
Papa Smithy throwing this one in favour of Team Immunity,
Well, I
suggesting
figured
that
Immunity,
Blitzcrank.
they're a young up-and-coming team. They haven't won anything. They needed some advice, so I was there for them.
Well, they're doing very well in this game, that's for sure. That Blitzcrank proving to be a good pick. Heaven's not playing so greatly. He has 2 and 5. There's a blue buff straight down onto Oriana, but Trundle picking up that top lane turret. Luna could be in a bit of trouble here. JK Smithy pops his ulti. There's a lot of damage. Ghost coming out from Luna. There's a slow from Kha'Zix. Will he?
No
chase?
E
No, he will
cooldown.
not.
Doesn't have enough points in his E to keep chasing there.
Almost another kill for Kha'Zix. So this could be a battle between Varus and Kha'Zix. Now, if we do get a team fight that goes towards Umart's favour and Kha'Zix does take down that Reindeer, that'll be an extra 500 gold on top of the gold he would receive for killing him. So that could really swing things in Umart's favour, keep them in this game. But at the moment, they are 4k behind, as well as 1 turret and 3 kills. Twin Shadows from Zyra, going to catch up onto Little Uber Giant, give him a bit of vision.
And Twin Shadows, usually it's just a scouting technique. In this game, all it does is set up hooks for this Blitzcrank, who's been completely on form this game. So very, very scary little ghostlings coming out to slow you.
You see those things, you've got to run as fast as you can away from them. Blitzcrank could come over there. There we go. There's a ward straight down on Renekton, and he was spotted. JK Smithy trying to pick it up, trying to kill him before a teamfight actually is engaged. Luna being knocked up from Jarvan. There's a nice ultimate from Jarvan, although the ultimate from Oriana missing everybody. Maddie is falling very low. Varus in the back though doing so much damage. Ultimate from Zyra goes down, knocks up Little Uber Giant. Uber Giant's bro does fall. Double kill for Varus. Maddie at the back though with just a slither of health.
And this is snowboard so hard. Radiant 10-0-3. He can do whatever he wants this game. And that was the combo they wanted. Cataclysm into the command shockwave into the bullet time, but the bullet time just had no oomph behind it. It didn't have the ability to get members low for Kha'Zix to come in and get his resets. I mean, Kha'Zix wasn't there, that's fine, but you can see what they want. They want Kha'Zix to carry them this game with the resets due to everyone being super low. And at this point, Misfortune cannot facilitate that.
He did survive that team fight, but Varus also did survive, so that gold bonus not going towards Umart in their favour. Interesting thing to note though, as you said, Renekton didn't do so well in his laning phase, but he still did fairly well in that team fight, soaked up a fair bit of damage and didn't die. So he did do his job to an extent.
21 minutes in, Radius completed the Trinity. I mean, he doesn't have the Infinity Edge, so slight less gold. I think about 600 gold between Infinity Edge and Bloodthirster. But Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper, and Berserker Greaves at 21 minutes. Man, that is a scary thought.
Yeah, I would be very concerned if I was on Team Umart right now. That Bloodthirster has been farmed up for quite some time. They need to just get Kha'Zix to jump over that backline and take him down as soon as possible. Umart, that last team fight, executed quite well, but not really turning out in their favour because of that bot lane Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank is just doing so well this game. Venom, good job, man.
I feel like a lot of our silver gold players here will be just shaking their heads wondering how Blitzcrank ever got through a ban pool, Because he's permabanned for a reason. He can make plays happen. And even in competitive play between two of the best teams in Australia, Blitzcrank has had his day out.
Blitzcrank's day is today in the grand final of all games to be coming out. This is the deciding match for Team Immunity, possibly. And they're doing pretty well at showing that they can actually pull it out with a Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank has popped his speed boost over in the back line though. Heavens has taken a lot of damage again. He throws down the ultimate, doesn't quite land on everyone. A bullet time from Misfortune in the back does get it interrupted from Blitzcrank. Wow,
Radius
Immunity
free
gonna clean
hitting
his...
though.
Yeah, JK Smithy jumped in the back, does get the kill onto Varus. He gets that extra gold, but Trundle taking down that JK Smithy. He's not doing so well. BMA, the only one left. He's going to die quite easily to this Renekton, I believe. He'll pick that one up. Yep, called it.
And they finally got their man, but at what cost?
Well, it did cost them an ace, and it's going to cost them an inhibitor turret. This mid lane inhibitor turret will be falling for Team Immunity, the first third tier turret for the game. Dragon is up, they'll probably head towards there and do that one as well. Not much damage though in the way of taking those turrets down for Team Immunity with these three guys.
It's interesting. Chuncho and chat's talking about Blitzcrank here as we have a bit of a lull while Immunity go and spend their money. Talking about how Blitzcrank is outclassed by Thresh in every way. And at one point, especially pre-nerf, I'd agree with you. But the thing is, Thresh, he uses his hook. He doesn't pull he doesn't pull the enemy to the team. He has to go in. And you can say, well, he has the box. It'll lead to the same outcome. The difference is that if Thresh instantly dies, that's a pretty big issue. But Venom, Blitzcrank in general, if he gets that pull-off, it doesn't matter how tanky he is because he's pulling them into his whole team. It's an easy focus. It displaces a lot more. And displacement is a deceptively strong thing in this game. Trundle shows that. That pillar, it's a massive slow, but the displacement's important as we see more pickups.
Yeah, wow, flash from Heaven straight down there. There's ultimate onto Sona. She's taking a lot of damage. She's going to fall straight away. And Heaven's being forced to... Zonya's through Rice Diggity's ultimate. Little Uber Giant poking his head out here. Are we going to see any more deaths, or are they just going to run away from this one? Rice Diggity is very low. Jarvan EQ's over the wall, but Raydeer is going to chase him down, do more and more damage. Rain of Arrows does slow him. Zyra throws out the Twin Shadows, going to slow him even more. There's a nice little...
He's taking about 15 autos from Raydeer here. He's a fairly tanky man.
He actually is very tanky. He's got quite a bit of armor, negates a lot of damage from Raydeer, who is almost full build. J.K. Smithy looking for revenge, though. Will he be able to jump over the back and kill the Zyra? No, he will not. Inhibitor does fall for Team Immunity.
And you have to think this is kind of the victory march here. I mean, there's no way for... Well, here we go.
Oh, Cataclysm straight down onto Trundle. It's not really doing much damage at all. At the back, though, Uber Giants Pro is thrown out that bullet time. Varus does pick up a kill onto Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix was way out of position. There's a nice crescendo onto three members of the Team Immunity, but they do pick up the kill onto Renton. Zyra, though, getting a kill on the Misfortune. This is not very good for Team Umart. Venom at the back taking a bit of turret damage. BMA looking to try and kill Heavens. Will he get the kill? No, he will not.
And as I was saying, it's the victory match here. They could take Baron, no way to contest Umart. They could try and finish here. Death time of 20 seconds on Uber Giants Bro here. I mean, it depends what they want to do.
There's a kill straight down onto Trundle. They were looking at trying to finish the game there. Radiant actually being full health, and there is the surrender from Team Umart. GG for Team Immunity, the first CG Invite Pro Series champions for Season 1. Congratulations to those guys. It was a pleasure to cast these few games. Second game not being as close, though. They have actually won themselves $800 in cash and 5 24-inch BenQ monitors. Well done to those guys. But also Umart picking up $600 worth of cash for the team members there. So really nicely done for both teams. It was a pleasure to cast. And what do you reckon, Papa Smith? That was good fun.
Yeah, look, at the first game I thought, 30 minutes in we were just on eggshells about who would win, and it was Immunity in the end, as they often prevail. This game, I think this is kind of the trend when it comes to Immunity. Like the first game, they're kind of looking to feel out. They have some issues. They might lose the early game, win the late game. The second game usually goes their way, but bot lane led the way here. It was Radius 16-1. He'll be sad to have given up the death, but a dominating performance from him. And another tournament by the wayside. Immunity adds it to their long list of accomplishments.
Very true. And while I got a chance here, I'd like to say a big thank you to Papa Smithy for joining us from ESL. It was a pleasure to cast with you, man. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, look, it was great. It's always good to see some quality League of Legends. There was a need. I wanted to come in and make sure they had some great coverage of a massive game by Australian standards, and Immunity too good on the day.
Immunity
I'm going to throw it over to Steve, mate.
Immunity need a nerf, don't they? I mean, what we seen in that first game was a good, strong battle. What we seen in that second game was the typical Immunity in which we so often see in the Australian scene. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it forced Umart, those last few minutes, they had nothing. They had no option. The game was over. They had to surrender, forfeiting... not that they had a chance, but technically any chance they had of winning that first spot prize. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Umart Storm still walk away there with $600 cash, so that's great for them. And obviously Immunity walking away with the $800 cash. And those 5 monitors proudly sponsored there by BenQ. And let's not forget OCZ and M-Wave also supporting Cybergamer Pro Leagues this season. Now, talking about prizes, Sandman. Talking about prizes.
Yes.
Do you guys watching? Anyone still watching? Do we want to win something here? Put your hand up.
your hand up. Crazy kids. I feel like I'm running school disco. Are you having fun? They're into it. They're into it. What did you want me to keep drawing this, or did you want to draw these?
You're the draw man, but before we go on, we must say just a couple of things very quickly. Like I said, a big shout out to BenQ, OCZ, and Wave for supporting Cybergamer Pro Leagues this season. The other thing we've got to give a massive shout out to, and it'd be great if everyone in the chat can give a big shout out here to Papa Smithy, who offered up his services for tonight. And Papa Smithy, you can find him over at ESL casting with Pastry Time. That's his right-hand man there, Papa Smithy and Pastry Time, doing good work. Also, not just streaming League of Legends Australia, but also they do some good work over there on the on the Asian field as well. So a big shout out to Papa Smithy, giving out some time to show you guys some love. So big shout out there, and let's get these draws out, Sandman. So before anyone leaves, don't forget you must be in the chat to
You must be here.
You must be here
watching. We're not going to announce this elsewhere. We're not going to post up the winners until after they've claimed their prizes. So, all right, we've got 2 more prizes tonight. We got the $10 RP because we reached over 150, but we didn't quite make 200. But I think we made up for that anyway. You gave out some more prizes in the chat, Cyanide. So this, I'm going to click to find our random winner for the final $10 worth of RP, and it's spinning and it's spinning. Spins a lot. Oh, that's really cool. Mary King, who is actually Jip D on Twitter. I'm not sure how you say it, but she's actually helped us out a heap.
Awesome.
Awesome. So I'm really happy to see that go to her. She actually helped us out, went out of her way to help us get partner here, which is why you guys can go through and you can select the different qualities of the streams. So Mary, no doubt, is watching. She's been a big supporter of us. So $10 worth of RP going to go out to her. So you can do that. Click the fingers. Probably can't do it over the mic.
Now
The big prize.
So we've got that one random one I gave on the stream. We've got Consent Gaming. Who was that other gentleman who won?
We had Brad Jose. I don't know. Brad Jose from Facebook. Is that?
That's the one, and obviously Mary King. Now, what's this
and
about
Mary
a monitor?
King. Yep.
I hear we got a pretty kick-ass monitor in which some of these people are pretty keen to get their hands on, Sandman. What can you tell us about this monitor?
It's late. I'm actually going to buy one myself. I'm not even kidding. That's like my main thing. I've got 2 of these awesome BenQ monitors that are 60 hertz, 24-inch ones. I'm going to buy one of these. It's a XL 2420T, I believe. 120 hertz monitor. The colors are really good. Like if you like playing your LoL, you can you swing the color over. It's got like a little remote that you sit down next to the bottom of the monitor, and you can just swap it over. You have your presets, just swing it through. Go, yep, you know what? I want this a little bit brighter, and it's so much better to play on. Like in all seriousness,
that's
the
right.
rest of it irrelevant. I just love the color, man. It's amazing. So, all right. I'm going to click add a winner if we're ready.
We are ready. So while you click that, let me just tell everyone, it's the XL2420T. It's a high-performance gaming monitor suited for competitive FPS gameplay or League of Legends gameplay. Why not? It's actually co-developed with Counter-Strike Legends, apparently. The 24-inch 120Hz LED monitor gives gamers a competitive edge with features including the black equalizer, all right, FPS mode, smart scaling, display mode, 3D capability, 2 millisecond, all right, response time, and 12 million to 1 dynamic contrast ratio, Sandman. Get a hold of that. And what name did you come up with?
The name is Eddie Van Velsen.
It doesn't sound legit. What was that name?
I clicked Eddie Van Velsen.
Do we have an Eddie?
Through, you can see his see him on Facebook here. We can see his Facebook page. So I'm unsure. Is he in here? I don't know. I'm not sure whether he is around or not, but Eddie is the man, and he's got
Let's
he's
copy
got
and paste that
48
name.
hours.
Let's copy and paste that name
Alright.
in the stream. Make sure he's paid attention.
Eddie Van Velsen. So, Eddie, if you want to shoot us a message on Facebook from your Facebook page, so he's got 48 hours to do that, and we're not going to post this anywhere. So if he's not watching, he's not going to get the prize. But if he doesn't claim it, we will redraw it, and we will. So
So
I
there
guess
we go.
it's all down to Eddie now, and
Where
see
is
if
Eddie?
he's here or not. I hope he is. I hope he is. I hope he's here, because that would be really sad.
I'm just having a look in our viewer
is that?
list and see what we got here under E.
He's probably not under his actual name, I would suspect.
Where's Eddie gone? So anyway, Eddie's got, what did you say, Sam, man? 48 hours.
Yeah, that's it. 48 hours. So it's got till 10:30 on Tuesday night to swing us a message on Facebook. We're not going to post up his name as a winner anyway, so if he's not watching, we're not going to announce it to him, because obviously we want to support the guys who support us and watch these games. So Eddie, shoot us a message on Facebook, and we'll sort out the details for that monitor. If he doesn't claim it, we'll announce, we'll redraw it, and we'll announce what we're going to do with that, because we want to give it away.
That's
So
right.
There's no point. We're not going to not give this away to someone. But you do need to be watching to win. So
No, that's not Menace's
King.
real name. Menace's real name is actually
This guy
Menace.
looks nothing like me.
Menace.
That's my mate trolling. That's
his
my
real
RL
name.
mate being a troll. I'll ban him from the room.
He might be AFK.
My name is Menace
Rexley.
Mennington.
That's what we're saying. He might be AFK or something like that. So that's why we don't display. But everyone gets 48 hours to make their claim.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
don't reckon. Yeah,
What do you reckon?
I don't think
Menace?
he's here.
I don't think he's here.
I say we just redraw, man. Nah, I don't reckon he's here. Stuff him. Redraw. Someone who's actually watching.
Menace, stuff him.
That's
Stuff
right. That's from Menace himself.
Quote me on that. I'm doing it for the people, man. They're all there saying he's not here. Redraw. If he has, he would have messaged us straight away. So if you are listening, and this next draw you do hear about it, make sure you go straight over to our Facebook page and message us. All right, so we do know it's you guys. So I reckon we do re-roll.
Should we
That's my call.
quickly change the rules and say you've got to say yes? Look at me, I am here in chat. I mean, where is this guy? I had a look in the viewers. I didn't see any Speddy Eddie. What was his Twitch account name, Sam? As that's also
It doesn't show it because it was a like on. What I will do, okay, I will check. I will open up our thing now and let's have a look. I'll click show me the entries, and it'll, if I can find him, it should show me if he's liked us on Twitch, okay? And if he hasn't, then we can just redraw straight up, okay? How about we go?
there
from
we
that?
go. There we go. Let's start there.
Oh,
All
he's
right.
here. No, disregard. He has claimed his prize.
Where? No, he hasn't.
There, just got the message. Eddie Van Velsen. I'm
it's
here.
Yep, there you go.
He's there. Sorry, guys. So he did win that one.
Where is he? Where did he get that?
That was close. That was close.
Yes, I am
can
here.
see
Is that
him- I can see
Bev94?
his username in the stream.
Is that
I can see
Bev94?
his username in the stream.
Oh,
Nope, it's in there, 100%. I can see
Lucky.
his username in the stream, and I can see that he hasn't joined in the last 10 minutes.
so he
So
has been
he
here.
was
He's
here
just
the whole time.
off
He has been
for a
here, 'cause I got-
little toilet break.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the stream up on ISC, and I can see when people joined and when people left, and
He was
he
here.
hasn't. Yeah, he must have joined. Yeah, he's been here. So
There we
that
go.
matches up. He does like us on. We go.
There we
Well,
go.
that was close. That was close.
So that's all good. So all that will be dealt with soon. So that's it from us here. Now this was the CGI Grand Final, but we do have third place coming up. That could be Thursday night. I'm not too sure, ladies and gentlemen. That's between who's that between? Is it XL5? Let me have a look-see. Advanced Guard and XL5. That is May the 9th. It is May the 9th.
Yeah,
And
I
that
just
is for
might say
third place.
that they avant-garde a chance.
Oh, this man is trying to be tricky
Go.
again. They haven't got a chance.
Yeah, you heard me.
They
Avant-garde a chance. Get it?
Yeah, it's a tongue twister for this time. But that's it. That's coming up on the 9th, which is in 4 days, which will be Thursday night, I believe, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it from us. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Papa Smithy, joining us here from ESL. That was definitely a lovely gift. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. We'll be back later on the week. Any last words, Sandman, or Menace, or Papa Smithy? Any last words from any of you gentlemen?
I just want to say thanks.
Keep your
thanks
eyes
to
on
Papa
Team Down
for-
TV as I talk over Sandman.
Nah, it's okay. You're calling me tonight. I'll let you. We'll do it. Thanks for joining us, man. That was awesome. Awesome cast. Awesome cast from Menace. And big shout out to Cyanide. You guys may think that like people throw prizes at us to give away. It's not the case. Cyanide walks out down to the shop, takes out his credit card, swipes it away, buys you prizes, and then we send it out to you. So without him, there are no prizes. No one's throwing prizes at us to give away to you guys. So if people want to give us prizes, they're more than welcome to. But for the moment, it is all down to Cyanide. So huge shout out to him. All this RP and this money are all coming out of his wallet, out of Pony Feed. Horses are going to go hungry this week, I think, and awesome.
Doesn't matter. Menace, Papa?
I reckon throw it to Papa Smithy, give him a little bit of time to have a chat, man.
Yeah, look, it was great to be back on the Australian side of things. I haven't been covering Australian content for a while, but it's awesome to see some viewers too. I don't know what the max we hit, but it was probably 170-ish or above that, which is great. And gives me a lot of hope for the future. You know, we've heard all these whispers about what might be coming in the rest of the year. You know, Team Down TV, ESL, whoever it is covering it, it should be some great damn content, that's for sure.
That's right. And whispers for sure. Whispers. Too many whispers. But exciting stuff coming over the next 12 months. Exciting stuff coming for League of Legends, I think we can safely say. Would you not agree?
Yeah, for sure. And you guys seem to be doing some good work. I look forward to hearing Menace with a different co-commentator, getting a new duo again. Because people know Pagetown and Papa Smithy. What's Menace's duo going to be?
Menace and Cyanide. There we go.
Could be.
I don't think so.
Love us forever.
I can't even pronounce the items in the game.
I'll just clone myself, be Menace and Menace.
That's right.
Menacing.
That's right. Menacing. Double trouble. So that's it from us, guys. We're going to go offline. So we appreciate that. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Numbers not too bad tonight. I think last week we did a game and it got to about 230, 240, which was pretty good. But tonight, respectable anyway for the teams. Well done to Immunity bringing out, winning that grand final. Like I said, that's $800 cash and 5 monitors. Courtesy of Cybergamer with their sponsors, BenQ, OCZ and Wave. And we'll be back next week, ladies and gentlemen, for some more League of Legends action. Until then, thank you very much, and we'll catch you guys later.